There is a terror that haunts the streets at night. But this is not the curious incident of the dog in the night time, nor is this a tale of dreadful Jack. And the Baker Street irregulars will be no help here. Here in London, that great cesspool into which all the loungers and idlers of empire are irresistibly drained, we will find no deerstalker-clad polymaths, no veteran physicians, and no, maybe a few incompetent police inspectors. Remember, when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be insane. It's elementary, my dear Watson. It's London, 1888. And it is time to set aside our masks of self-deception and seek the truth. The game's afoot, as Chaotic Neutral plays The Call of Cthulhu. Each of you has been stirred from uneasy dreams, strange dreams of vast cities, of impossible visions, of strange whispers. Sullivan, we'll begin with you. You get woken in the small hours of the morning. It's still dark outside, by a runner who's come to bring a message. You've been summoned to the residence of Lady Harcourt. She needs to see you urgently. She wants to acquire your services for a very important, urgent and delicate matter that she cannot trust the police with. And presumably you go along, you attend her residence, and you go up to her house. She's got a big house in West London. And she greets you at the door. It's still dark. There's a fine drizzle drifting through the streets of London. You're now far away from the stench of the Thames, at least. And as you get brought inside, Lady Harcourt is a sort of older lady. She's dressed in black, but very finely dressed. She has a heavy scent around her of lavender and chamomile, and she looks concerned, worried, maybe even a little scared. And she says, "Oh, thank you for coming so quickly and at such an ungodly time. Your reputation precedes you, of course." Which of course it does, because you are...
Shirky Houses.
The great consulting detective.
Yes, absolutely. Dressed in like he's in a deerstalker, but it's really rubbish. It's very old. It's been in the rain, and he's sort of like, all of his clothes seem like they've been in the rain for a while. They sort of stink like they've been in the rain for a while as well. And but this doesn't stop Shirky from being very, very, very confident. He's quite, tall, slim man, and he says, "What's her name again, lady?"
Lady Harcourt.
Lady Harcourt, it is a pleasure. What do you need me for?
She proffers her hand.
And a little kiss.
Yeah, you kiss her. Her hand is very cold. Very cold. The house is cold. It's very expansive but dark. None of the lights are lit, except for in one front room, which she ushers you into. But when you go in, most of the furniture is covered in white sheets. You could give me a spot hidden roll if you want.
Oh,
First roll.
Right, that's 24. So that is a hard success.
What's your max stat on that?
75.
Oh, wow. Yes, it might actually be a good detective.
Yeah? I'm good at seeing stuff.
Not so good at
Interpreting it.
figuring
Working
it.
stuff out is not so good.
Thinking, not yours.
There's a thing. There's a thing. There's a thing. I don't know what it means.
This is a
Look at
house.
that.
His memory palace is like a wacky warehouse. So she is sat on a big, overly stuffed armchair that is also covered in a dust sheet. Everything's covered in dust sheets. The bookshelf next to her, you notice, has a lot of books missing, but the dust suggests that they've recently been removed. And behind her on the wall, there is a slight discoloration of the wallpaper, as if there was a huge portrait that used to hang there until very recently. She says, I need your help. I've been informed by the police that a shipment that I was putting on my late husband's cargo ship, the Carcosa, has been hijacked. There was an altercation, apparently. We don't know who could have done this, but that shipment contained a family heirloom of incredible value. Perhaps you've heard of it. It's known as the King's Eye Diamond.
Write that down. Yes, of course I've heard of it, for sure. Yes. And I can tell that you really want this back.
I can't stress how urgent it is. My late husband had connections on the continent, and we were loaning a number of personal effects, including the diamond, to an exhibition in Paris, which it must be recovered. It is so valuable, and if it's fallen into the wrong hands, I just don't know what I'll do.
Well,
Can I rely on you, Mr. Houses?
Of course you can. I know this means a lot to you. I can tell by the smell of lavender that you must have defecated yourself in worry about this.
Oh my god.
Just set the tone right off.
A shadow passes over her face.
It's shit.
She says, "It is urgent, yes." And she scratches down. She scratches down an address, and she says, "This is where they were heading. It's in Limehouse. Apparently, it's on 3 Colt Street, where the incident happened. The police inspector will meet you there. Please hurry. Time is of the essence."
I'll go at once, madam. And I rush out.
And as you leave, let's have another spot hidden roll.
Oh, great. That's a 6, so that's an extreme success.
Oh, wow. You notice something odd as you're leaving. It's a very well-appointed house, very Georgian, and everything's, whitewashed, clean, impressive and pristine. Except as you're leaving, above the door, in the lintel of the door, there's some sort of, it looks like graffiti at first. Very small. You wouldn't have noticed it had you not been so observant. But it's not, they look like letters, but they're not English letters. Like maybe runes or something like that. They're not uniform, certainly. And it looks like they've been scratched in with a knife or something.
Oh, interesting.
And you set off into the dark, cold air of London. Over here, Laurie, I presume, what would you be doing at 5 in the morning or something?
I would be in bed with my wife, Phyllis.
So you also get aroused by a knock at the door, I think. And when you answer it, it's a client you've perhaps had dealings with before. Not lots of dealings, but he pays very well. His name is Dr. Ambrose, and he's dressed in his bowler hat and pinstripe suit with his little pince-nez spectacles. His face is completely inscrutable as he stands there getting slowly dripped on in the rain. And he says, "Sorry to disturb you at such a dark hour. Something's come up. and I need your services urgently.
Well, that's no problem at all. I would normally get up at 6 o'clock in the morning because I would need a wee.
Yes, very good.
You just beat my bladder by a little bit.
He already knows how boring he is.
Yeah.
This is a great matter. It's been brought to my attention. There's been an incident in Limehouse. There's been a robbery of a very precious Egyptian artifact.
Oh my God.
Known as the King's Eye Diamond. I've always relied on you for discretion, Mr. Stickler.
Ernest Stickler. It's Stickler for details. That's who you come to?
And I think this will be a detail-oriented case.
Yes, well, a King's Eye Diamond being missing would leave a terrible hole in the books.
Yes.
Yes.
I would like you to acquire it for me, if you can.
Acquire it?
Yes, under the auspices of attempting to assist the case.
To return it to its rightful owner?
Via me, of course. There is something I need to check.
Well, it all sounds bloody exciting. Yes, okay, well, let me just...
Obviously, I would pay a handsome amount for your discretion in this matter.
Well, I didn't really get into this business for the money, to be perfectly honest with you. I got into it because accounting was getting quite dry.
Well, hopefully the amount of money I'm offering will make the accounting interesting again.
I'm in it for the thrill of the job, so you have a deal, sir.
Excellent. And he takes out a piece of paper and jots down an address. He says, it's in Limehouse, 3 Cold Street. I believe there are witnesses. Time is of the essence. I'm sure I won't be the only one trying to get my hands on it.
Okay, well, I'll quickly get dressed and I'll be right down there. And I rush upstairs, waking Phyllis up as I go. He rifles through his wardrobe and it's just grey suits. It's all grey suits. He picks the greyest one.
She sits up in bed and turns the gas lamp up a bit and goes, "What's happening, Ernest? Is it an accountancy matter?"
Phyllis, it might seem like an urgent accountancy matter, but it's actually my detective work.
Ooh! She swoons. And you go on your way.
I love the idea that she's like, you're the most exciting man she's ever met.
So, meanwhile, probably in East London somewhere, where does your character normally live? What would they be doing at 5 a.m?
Probably sleeping in a pile of refuse in a doorway or an alley somewhere. Somewhere fairly dry, pretty stinky, with a big group of rats.
Great. Well, the rats scuttle away.
Oh no! It took me hours to catch those. Nightmare.
Ruining your game of cards.
Do they assist in your investigations? Your
They
rats?
definitely
Yeah.
do. They're my friends. I've got a side quest now. Recollect my rats.
So, yes, they scuttle away, and you find yourself the street lamp is suddenly obscured by a silhouette of a portly figure staring down at you. You can smell cigar smoke, and he says, well, if it ain't Bill Bucket, just the man I was looking for.
Oh, I was only napping. Is this your doorway?
No, but the fella who sleeps here normally, he told me I'd find you here.
Oh, okay. Jeremiah Crump. Oh, yeah, I saw to him. This is my doorway now.
Yeah, he said there'd been an altercation.
We certainly, it was a discussion about rats, you see.
You now get a clearer as he swims in your vision, and you start to focus clearly. You recognise this man as Jim Conan, an old detective from the Met who you used to work with, and he says, "Bill, we've been looking for you for a while. I heard you were sleeping rough these days. It's a terrible burden on the old super's heart, you know. He was always fond of you, Bill."
Oh, well, it's lovely to hear they're still thinking about me. I think at this stage, Bill kind of uncurls from this pile of refuse, and he's this kind of colossally large man with a big woolen overcoat, this kind of disgusting beard, a bloodshot nose, a kind of slightly receding hairline. Looks like he's seen better days, and he stinks. Just an absolute mess. He sort of brushes himself down a little bit. It's great seeing you, Conan.
Yeah, he takes a half step backwards at the smell and says, good to see you too, Bill. And listen, how do you want to make yourself a bit of money?
Just any way I can. Some work come up for me?
This night there's been something interesting's happened in Limehouse. There's been a robbery, sort of stand and deliver kind of situation. And it's all gone tits up. Anyway, we think you might be useful on the case. Someone who knows the streets a bit better than our boys in blue, you know.
Well, I can certainly put my ear to the ground and go knock some heads together if that's what you're asking.
Well, it might come to that. They're worried it might be Athenians or some kind of trouble like that. They don't want public to panic, you know. So the more inspectors they've got wandering around, the more edgy people become. Whereas you could probably pass around without too much fuss.
People barely notice me at all, apart from the smell.
Yeah, all right then. Well, if you're up for it, and he takes his pencil out and he quickly jots an address down. He goes, head here as soon as you can. There's this big diamond that's been nicked, along with some other stuff we think might be other trouble too. Anyway, find out what you can, and if you can get that diamond back, well, there's money in it for you.
I'm right on it.
Fantastic. And he disappears into the night.
Well, I think Bill just burps and sits down and just looks at the address.
Fantastic. And finally, Tilly, where are you at 5 o'clock in the morning?
So, Florrie is probably at the house of her patron, Sir Robert Reek.
Oh, very good.
His second house in Bloomsbury, not where he lives with his family. And she's sleeping there. Not in the same bed as him.
No.
But not too far away.
So you wake up and you can hear sounds downstairs, voices, and it's Sir Robert. And he sort of sounds like he's gabbling. And he's saying, "Oh yes, of course. At once. I will speak. Yes, I will speak to her. Do not worry. I'll speak to her at once. In fact, you give me a listen roll. Exciting, isn't it?
84. I can't hear a thing.
What's your listen stat?
My
Your
listen?
Stat? Oh, it's 25, Tilly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wah.
So yeah, you can't quite. Yeah, you're too disoriented from being woken up. It's almost like there is something, this other noise, like tinnitus, or this sound in your head that wasn't there before, and it seems to get worse for a second, and you hear footsteps on the stairs, and then there's a gentle rap at your door, and Sir Robert says, Miss Pepys, are you awake?
Yes, Robert, I'm here. What is it?
I have an important matter to discuss with you. I have a client who wishes to discuss something with you.
You can come in. I'm decent.
He doesn't wish to come in. He values his secrecy. I'm sure you understand. But
of course.
He will speak with you through the door, if that's all well with you.
Yes, I'd prefer that, actually.
Very good. Well, I will return momentarily, and then you're sure you hear him say, "My lord," and then he goes down you hear him go down the stairs. And all that's left is that weird buzzing in your head. And the door is open like a crack. And you can see the shadow that this person is casting on the wall. He's clearly very tall.
I pick up a small pocket mirror that's near to my bed, and I'm kind of flicking it in all the corners of the room, and my eyes are darting around as I'm listening to this sound. And after I've done that, after I've checked all the corners, I sort of try and angle the mirror like just near the door to see if I can get any hints of who this person is. And I say, "Hello, my lord. How can I be of assistance?"
He says, "Please, you may call me Mr. N. I have some information and a request. I understand you have a certain sensitivity."
"I am a spiritualist medium of great renown, Mr. N. I hope you have not come empty-handed."
"No, I can offer you something that most clients cannot. But we will come to that. There has been a robbery in Limehouse. Lady Harcourt's jewel, the King's Eye diamond, has been stolen. And for a prize that you cannot put a figure on, I would like you to acquire it for me as a matter of urgency."
"And you would like me to use my particular talents to confound and bamboozle those present?"
"If it comes to that. But your sensitivity may be necessary in locating it. We don't have much time. If it falls into the wrong hands, the consequences could be disastrous."
"I see. I shall get dressed at once."
And a piece of paper slides under the door.
I try and catch his hand.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I try and touch his hand. I'm not trying to grab him, I'm just trying to like...
Okay, give me a dex roll.
My dex is not so good. 50.
Okay, it's okay.
It's not bad.
It's okay. 3.
Oh, wow.
Oh, an extreme.
Fantastic. So yeah, you make contact with his hand, and at first you think he must be wearing a glove, and his hand is cold, but like icy cold. And then you get this rush through your body of panic, of like terrible fear, and you see this vision. Suddenly in your mind's eye, you see this vision of what looks to be some sort of underground ancient space, possibly like a tomb, but there's this black sarcophagus, and the lid starts to move aside, and this golden light comes out of it, and something is rising out of the sarcophagus, but not a figure, almost like when it rains and worms come to the surface. It's like that. And that noise in your head becomes deafening, and then suddenly it's gone.
I pull back, and there's a shriek. But she's quite electrified by it. She's not afraid. "Thank you, Mr. N. I look forward to sharing my talents with the world."
"Excellent. Waste not a moment." And you hear him go, but you don't hear his footsteps. And can you give me a sanity roll for that horrible vision
Yes,
you had?
of course. Emily.
God.
Yes, I rolled 85.
Oh,
So
just.
it was a hell of a vision.
Yeah, pretty good. Well, luckily you're very sane.
Great.
And you just think, well, maybe it's one of those things.
I love a vision of an old tomb. Why not?
Yeah.
She goes to her wardrobe and puts on her clothes, which includes this veil that kind of covers kind of this corner of her face, kind of covers up her ear here. She takes her mirror with her as well.
Fantastic. Oh, and I didn't deal with the mirror. Let's have a spot hidden to see what you saw in the mirror.
I'm seeing way too
I
much.
need a hard success
Okay.
because it's dark.
That's a 6.
And that's an extreme success because your spot hidden is 43.
I haven't even got out of bed yet.
Yeah. After you've touched his hand and he withdraws, you catch a glimpse in the mirror for a split second of him moving towards the stairs, and you see that he's incredibly tall, entirely black, as if he's dressed from like head to toe in black. And
Sounds sexy.
yeah, but the vision, the image in the mirror kind of bends and warps, almost as if the mirror itself is like warping. But when you look at it, it seems fine. So, a couple of hours later, as the dawn is beginning to lighten the sky ever so slightly, and fog, thick green fog, is rolling in through the streets of the East End, you gather at 3 Colt Road. We have Ernest Stickler in his grey suit.
And his grey skin and his greying hair.
In the grey fog, in the grey day, in grey old London. Florrie Peeps, medium extraordinaire. Shirky Houses, semi-famous consulting detective.
Emphasis on the semi.
It's just the way his trousers rock up. and finally, a man who looks like he's been sleeping in a gutter because he has. Detective Bill Bucket.
Oh, I thought you were introducing me.
Tom Clark from Tom Clark.
We found Tom outside.
Thank you, Bella.
Yes, you find yourselves on this street. You will probably arrive about the same time. There's a police inspector who is looking quite stressed in his, he's in a sort of tweed coat, his bowler hat, and he's puffing on a little pipe. Next to a younger looking constable who looks quite like red-faced in the cold air, and he's sort of stamping his feet and rubbing his hands. The street is a cobbled street in Limehouse. It's in Limehouse, quite near the Regent's Canal docks. And there's a big pub at one end of the corner. It's a sort of higgledy-piggledy crossroads, really. There's the King's Head pub. And in the middle of the street, just beyond the inspector and the constable, there is a carriage, like a sealed carriage, that has completely fallen over. The back of it has smashed and stuff has spilled out onto the street. All kinds of things, a lot of books by the looks of it. The horses, one of them is in the distance drinking at the trough outside the pub, the other one missing. And as you approach, the police inspector puts his hand up and he says, "Ah, right, I see. This is it, is it? They said they'd send people. They said people would turn up. Oh, the consulting detective. Yes.
At your service.
Yeah, I've heard of you. Didn't you work on that case, where there was that awful miscarriage of justice?"
Listen, that's what all of the papers and, everyone involved in the case said. But I still think we got our man. Or dog, shall I say.
It wasn't a dog.
It was a dog!
Oh,
He set fire to the Houses of Parliament.
the guy confessed.
Yes.
He confessed.
Yes.
He pleaded guilty.
Because the dog told him to.
Oh,
All part of a grand plan. I'll get that dog.
You hear a distant howl somewhere. And he looks around sort of suspiciously at the rest, especially you.
Would I know this inspector?
You might do actually. He's called Inspector John Raymond, and maybe he gives you sort of a double take. He goes, "Wait a minute, Bucket?
John. Well, Detective John. Detective Raymond, I mean. I'm nursing off this pint that I picked up down the king's head on my way through. Just finish it and put it in my pocket.
Bloody hell, man! It's 6 a.m.
Well, is it? I don't have a watch. I sold that a long time ago.
He got you there.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you.
Fair enough.
But you're doing well.
Yeah, fine, thanks. What about you? You still?
Oh, doing grand. Yeah, just on a break from the missus. We're just doing our own separate things for a bit. She's looking after the kids, and I'm just picking up some odd jobs here and there. I heard the head at Scotland Yard had requested me special to come down. So I'm here to lend my services.
He just slowly looks away from you and says, "And what are you two here for?"
Well, not a pint, if that's what you're asking. I can never quite manage a full one. Half is enough for me, but only after 6 in the evening. Ernest Stickler, pleasure to meet you.
He shakes your hand.
I'm the world's greatest accountant turned detective.
Oh, right. And I suppose you're a detective as well, are you?
No. My name is Florence Pepys. I am the foremost spiritualist medium in London. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, detective.
He rolls his eyes and sighs heavily and says, "Oh, Bob, you'll have to deal with these experts." And the constable comes forward and he sort of says, "Oh, good morning, miss, gentlemen. Yes, I've been asked to instruct you that this is the site of the suspected robbery. The driver has not been found. He is missing. But the carriage was furnished with 2 guards, one of whom has been seriously injured and is resting at the King's Head at the hospitality of the landlady there, while the other guard is tending to him in the pub, I believe. Yes, I will be here minding the scene, keeping the public out of the way. I know that we've had a couple of people come up already asking if there will be any famous detectives investigating the case, and well, they went away. But you never know, someone might turn up, and we've got to preserve the crime scene. I learned that from those books, those short stories. Any questions?
What was your name, detective?
Oh, Constable Tolly, Bob Tolly. Pleasure to meet you, miss.
Thank you, Tolly.
Is he with you? And he points beyond you down the street, where a short man in a tweed 3-piece suit and a bowler hat, clutching an umbrella and a couple of notebooks, is coming, running up the cobbled street, out of breath. Terribly sorry. I've just been told what's happening. I'm Mr. Lillibridge. Hello. I'm familiar with all of your work. You're a Bill Bucket, right?
Oh, yes, I am. Pleasure to meet you. Lillibridge, you said.
Yes.
I stick out a sticky hand.
You caught the... He doesn't take it. He sort of gestures like, "Oh, my hands are full," but he nods and he says, "You caught the Lambeth Bridge Strangler, didn't you?"
Oh,
what was that?
Yeah, I did. I strangled him.
That must have been 12 years ago.
Oh yeah, in my heyday, that was. But I've still got the hands.
Yeah, fantastic.
Got my hands.
Not his hands. My hands. I did take off the trophy.
And you, Miss, I would love to see you in action. I've always dreamed of attending one of your seances or one of your soirees. I'm fascinated by all spiritual matters. I think it's fantastic new frontier for detective science.
Always wonderful to meet a fellow patron of the spiritualist arts.
Well, thank you. And of course, Mr. Stickler. Stickler by name and Stickler in presentation. Or by nature.
Guilty as charged.
Yes. Your famous catchphrase. One of many, I'm sure. Yes, I'm so familiar with your work catching that fraud ring.
Yes, the case of the 5 decimal pips. They were in the wrong place on a form. I worked it out and it cracked a code. And I brought down an entire organised crime ring.
Yes.
But really, I was just doing some accounting.
Really remarkable the way your brain works. I'm so impressed already. And I'm not sure we've met.
Well, you may not have met me, but I'm sure you'll know me.
Are you working on the case too?
Yes, I am. I'm Detective Shirky Houses, the most semi-famous detective in all of London.
You must forgive me. I just haven't got round to reading about your exploits. Do you have a particular case that is your hallmark victory?
Yes, absolutely. When it was the case of the arson of Parliament. When that dog set fire to the Houses of Parliament, working in league, I think, with a baby.
But that case was thrown out of court because the dog turned out to have been residing in northwest London. There's no way it could have been in Parliament and was already dead when the fire started.
Yes.
That case.
The perfect cover. This dog is very smart.
I think you will prove a fascinating subject for my book. Forgive me, I should have said my name is Edwin M. Lillybridge. Maybe you're familiar with. I've only written a couple of books. I mainly work as a journalist for a few different periodicals. I'm here temporarily. I'm from.
This is Mark Rylance.
Yeah, it's Mark Rylance. Yeah.
I was like, who is it?
Yeah. No. You heard me. I'm Edwin M. Lillybridge. I'm a journalist from Providence, Rhode Island, and I'm here to write a book. I have become fascinated by the current spate of London consulting detectives, and I want to write a book documenting the greatest of them. And a case like this, I knew it would bring in a few experts. And detectives I have only just heard of. Fantastic. I think...
I've heard of you.
Thank you.
Yes, I remember reading about it in some chip paper that I found.
Yes! You're on the way up, Shirky.
As Bill adjusts his chip paper hat.
I think I used that chip in. I used that issue as a blanket one.
Oh yeah, that's him.
Oh, it is you.
Dog that burned down the Houses of Parliament. Guy barks.
Guy Barks!
So he says, if you don't mind me following you around, seeing how you work, documenting your processes, that would be really fantastic material for my book.
I don't mind at all. Just don't shout out any loud numbers in random orders because it throws me off my game.
Very good. All right. Yes. Not a problem.
I wouldn't mind, but no photographs.
Oh, I'm no photographer, miss. I paint images with the written word, immortalizing my subjects where I can.
She just covers over her face slightly with the veil and just bows her head.
Well, excellent. Well, don't mind me. Pretend I'm not here. Well, unless you'd like to pretend I am here, in which case, I'm happy to answer questions or... Anyway, carry on.
Well, Mr. Lillybridge, if you want to be following us around, this is going to be quite a shocking case, I'm sure. Maybe we should be heading over to the King's Head. I think we need to get you prepared. But we can get you a stiff drink, and it's a bit early for you to be drinking by yourself. So I'll join you as well. We'll just should maybe go talk to these guards. Apparently one terribly injured. So if you would like to head this way.
The case of the missing round.
Oh, yes. Oh, very good. Yes, no, I'll come with you. Yeah, all right. To the King's Head pub. And he starts making notes.
And like the big colossal figure puts his arm around you and starts moving you in that direction, gives you guys a wink, and starts heading that way.
Okay, so you start heading towards the pub. What about the rest of you?
I'd like to go and look at those books that have spilled out onto the floor, please.
Very good. What are you two doing?
Mr. Houses,
Yes.
perhaps you'd like to accompany me to the crime scene. It would be unbecoming for me to be alone.
That sounds terrific. Let's go.
So yes, as you approach this carriage, you see that it looks like it's been the back door has been smashed, possibly in the fall. It's fallen over to one side. One of the wheels has splintered. Books and crates are spilling out of the back onto the street, and the edge of what looks like a picture frame, like a large portrait, is there. It's a real mess, chaos. You're having a look at the books, are you?
I think if the crates have inventory numbers on them, I'm going to start by writing those all down.
Yeah, they do. They do. They've all been stamped with a symbol that looks a bit unusual, but underneath it says, it just has Harcourt written on it. And if you give me an education roll or anything, or actually, is this accountancy? No, it's not accountancy. Yeah, no, it'd be education, to know something.
It's a shame it's not an accountancy roll. I'm pretty good in that stat. My education is 55.
Accountancy, the skill that famously comes up every 5 minutes in Call of
Yes,
Duty.
I've rolled a 4. So that's an extreme success.
Wow. This is going to be solved. We'll all be done by tea time. Yes, you know that Lady Harcourt's late husband was a bit of a sort of, besides his hereditary titles, he ran a small sort of freight cargo company, and he was a bit of a mini magnate. Certainly, this looks like it's their insignia of the company, and yeah, probably all being privately shipped on their system. You suspect that there's probably some fantastic accountancy documents connected to all this cargo. Probably.
I get a real thrill from thinking about that. Little ripple runs up my spine.
There must be
Just
shipping manifests.
Imagine the ledgers.
Yeah, cargo inventories. They're probably all somewhere.
Yes.
Someone's got them, and it will probably unlock this whole case.
I'm gonna have a rummage through, continuing to look through for the books now, and start to go through them once I've made a note of all the different crate numbers.
Fantastic. And you two, what are you looking for in there?
I sort of hover uncomfortably close to Mr. Houses, and there's just a kind of constant creepy smile on my face as I look at you. Where would you like to begin? I am not a detective myself, so I wouldn't have the first clue where to look.
Well, I always like to look immediately at the horses in this kind of case. See, there's a horse here, but the other horse missing. An accomplice, perhaps?
Are you a pet detective, Mr. Houses?
The great Ace Ventura.
A pet detective! That's fantastic!
No, one of my rivals.
Yes, I've heard of him.
Pet
He's
detective.
very handsome.
Yes, I suppose he is. But he's no detective. He's awful. He's always blaming things on lemurs and pigeons. But he doesn't really. Where's this horse? He's getting really stressed out.
I'm just smiling, watching you get really stressed out, quite enjoying it.
Just realised I'm dressed as Simon Callow in that film.
Oh my god, you are.
Ace Ventura! Fantastic. Wonderful. So they'll have the case cracked in no time.
We got this.
Yeah. So you're are you going to go and have a look at the horse?
Yeah, I'm going to go.
You can walk a bit closer to the pub. The horse is drinking at this trough. Yeah, give me a spot hidden roll, I guess.
That's 67, so a regular success on the 75.
Yeah, the horse initially looks fine, but when you look more carefully, you notice its back leg looks like it's been injured, scratched quite badly actually. It'll be fine, but it's clearly been in a struggle. You assume possibly from when the carriage tipped over or something like that. Yeah.
How is your animal handling? For a pet detective.
It's 5.
Oh god.
Ace Ventura has 100.
Yeah.
I'm just going to shout out over to you. The horse has been injured. See, somebody wanted this horse dead.
Oh goodness, that's terrible.
Yes.
I just go back to what I was doing, which is
Looking gradual.
So you're at the front of the carriage.
Yeah, and I'm analysing it like I would the setup of like a medium scene to kind of see if I can see what doesn't fit here, where were the hidden things in this thing that's kind of exploded.
It's interesting that you use the word exploded. Give me what would this be? This would be...
There's definitely a skill name for this in Disco Elysium.
Yeah. Can you give me an intro
Yes.
for your idea roll, please?
Happily.
To see if you think of something.
Ooh, I don't think I can manage that. My int is 60 and I've rolled a 77, so that's a fail.
So it looks like this is a fairly straightforward thing. There's been some sort of tussle. The carriage has been knocked over, maybe pushed over or fallen over. It's hard to tell. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's been any explosion by the looks of it. There's no damage except for what might have happened from it falling over.
Is there anything of the night about it? I'm trying to roll occult because my occult's really high.
Well, what are you doing? Are you sort of like walking all the way around it? Are you like looking?
I'm scrutinizing the wreckage and trying to see if there's anything that I recognize from my weird world.
Okay. You can give me an occult roll.
Yes. I'm cracking this thing wide open, guys. Sort of. 35. And I have 75.
So, yeah, hard.
Hard success, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to find a few things, but I'm just going to check in with Laurie. You're going through the books.
Yes.
You could also give me an occult roll if you've got it. You got an occult?
No, I don't. I haven't.
That's fine. You could also give me a spot hidden instead, actually.
Okay, spot hidden, which I have 50 in. And I rolled 95.
Right. Yeah, none of this is accountancy. So completely useless to you.
A pigeon just flies in your face.
If it was accountancy, I'd have this cracked already.
But you do see that the books, none of these books you recognise. There's so many of them. And flicking through them, they all look like they're not, there's no numbers except for the pages. And even some of them don't have page numbers. Mad.
Boring.
But you do see this portrait is a huge portrait of Lord Harcourt, you presume. He is sort of it's a very formal portrait. He's dressed in this kind of, this sort of yellow, like a robe almost. It's kind of weird, like how would you describe it? Like he's dressed up for something. Almost like a lord wearing ermine, but it's yellow. He's got this huge signet ring on one hand. He's posed very carefully in this sort of way that makes him look like a sort of scholar almost, and there's these books that he painted with. His face, however, is covered with a boot print in blood, as if someone's stepped on it.
Is it and the portrait is spilled onto the floor flat?
It's sort of like half. Yeah, it's sort of like half out of the carriage, like it's slid out halfway.
And it's but flat.
Yeah.
So someone could have stepped on it, getting out of the carriage.
Yeah, or in. The boot print is facing sort of inwards, as if someone stepped on it to get further into the carriage.
Wow.
Indeed.
About to go in and have a look further in the carriage.
Okay, yeah, you sort of have to squeeze in a bit, because it's not a huge carriage and it's quite dark in there, so you squeeze your way in. Meanwhile, you've noticed a couple of things. First of all, there appears to be etched around the edge of the carriage door these symbols, and you recognize them as occult symbols. That's definitely what this is. It's some sort of, you think maybe a warding of some kind, but you're not familiar with this particular system of runes. But that's what it seems like to you. You also notice that a lot of the books are occult books.
Have I read any of them?
Probably, yeah. There's probably all sorts of like fairly standard spiritualist and occult texts. But you got a hard success, didn't you?
Just, yeah.
So you realise that actually one or two of these books are more esoteric than normal. You're not actually familiar with them. One of them you've maybe heard of, but it seems unusual. It's extremely rare, one of these books.
Can I pick it up?
Yeah.
I pick it up
Yeah.
and I open it and I look at the first page.
It's indecipherable. It seems to be in a language you're not familiar with.
I just shove it in my dress. It's got pockets. It's not very period true. Women's clothes having pockets, but let's just decide that I do.
Yeah. You make your own
ease.
pockets.
There's not a pocket on my suit. So.
Yeah. I'm
don't
a
have a single
medium.
pocket.
I've got to hide things, right?
Yeah,
That's where I
exactly.
put my ectoplasm. It's my ectoplasm pocket.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh.
It's gooey.
It's gooey down there.
Give me a power roll.
Oh, okay.
Right.
The book's going to eat me. 34. My power's 90.
This is a hard success.
It's a hard success.
Yeah, you put the book away, no problem.
No problem. Nothing
You don't
to
get
see
eaten by
here.
the book. So, meanwhile, in the pub, the only one doing some actual detective work.
On my way down to the pub, is there, like, by any chance, local street urchins or vagabonds that maybe I would be familiar with or anything like that?
Oh, give me a luck roll.
40. That's a 64.
There is a sort of, a homeless guy, looks to be homeless, sat in a corner. But you don't know him.
Okay. I
In
think
fact,
if I don't...
it's hard to make him out at first because he's in these like dirty old rags. He's in a big pile. There's a wisp of smoke coming up from this sort of makeshift sort of corncob pipe that he's made. But you can't see his face. He's buried in this beard, thick eyebrows.
Yeah, I'll approach this guy because he did a nice impression. I'm into that. And just say, excuse me, sir. How long have you been sat here?
Forever. What do you want?
Just wondering if you know anything about the crash that's happened over there. Do you see anything going on?
There is so much. Nothing to see. You can't see what isn't there. And then he looks up at you with these really pale eyes, piercing pale eyes. And he says, you need to speak to Mr. Wild. Nothing gets past him. He sees everything. And he points up at the window above the pub. And he goes, I bet he saw. He sees what isn't there. Eh?
Well, best of luck to you, friend. Come on, Mr. Lilybridge. What about that drink you wanted?
He holds out his hand. And goes, what need change, Gav?
Yeah, you know, I'll give him a few coins. I don't have a lot of coins, but yeah, I slip him, you know, a few pennies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he sort of nods his thanks and goes back to just smoking his pipe. And Mr. Lilybridge says, did you know him?
Oh, why would you ask that?
Oh, just, I'm just getting an idea of how you operate. So you sort of get the lowdown from people on the street. Not many detectives would have thought of asking someone like that.
Well, I always think it's best to, ask around, find any witnesses, get first-hand accounts. I could tell you more about it as we step inside to the pub, as I've heard we've got 2 witnesses have absconded over to there. One of them mortally injured. Let's be on our way.
Oh, yes, mortally injured. So what did he say that was so useful, you said?
Oh, he points us to the pub directly.
All he heard was the pub.
To head. Apparently, there's someone in there that we might be able to talk to. I think this is definitely our number 1 place to be investigating.
Oh, very good. I trust your intuition. Very excellent. Most excellent indeed. And as you step into the pub, you hear a shrill voice go, "We're closed! We're not open until 12! What are you doing coming in my pub?
Oh,
Get out of here, you flea-bitten vagabond!"
Ma'am, excuse me, please. I am here on direct orders from Scotland Yard investigating a crime most foul that has happened mere feet from your doorstep.
She looks you up and down and goes, "Oh, you're a peeler, sure. I know the type."
I do not quite know what you mean by that, but I am here to investigate things that have been going on. Direct orders. Do you want me to get the police down here and to have a strong word with you?
There's 2 types of peelers. There's the ones who march up and down in their little boats and think they're all so clever. And then there's the ones like you with the big hands and the red noses. Coming in then.
Excellent stuff.
It'll be gin, I suppose.
Oh, right away. That was Lilybridge wanted one of those, and I guess I'll have one as well.
She pours you drinks.
If I must.
She goes, "Oh, you'll not believe the night I've had. Screaming and hollering outside. I barely got a wink of sleep, not to mention Mr. Wild ranting and raving as usual."
This Mr. Wild. By the way, are the looking around? Are the guards here? Do they say that they are convalesced into this building?
One is sat in a dark corner, nursing a pint of ale.
Okay.
He doesn't even look over as you come in. He's just sort of drinking away.
Does he look like he's the injured one? We described one is injured, one is not.
No, he looks a bit scuffed, but he doesn't look injured.
Okay. Mr. Wild, what disturbed him? Was it the crash by any chance?
Oh, it could have been. It disturbed me for sure, but anything disturbs Mr. Wild. A passing pigeon can set him off for 2 hours talking about God knows what.
Pigeons keep me up all night as well, down near my neck of the woods.
But Mr. Wild, he's touched, I think.
Oh, but aren't we all a little bit touched?
Oh, not like Mr. Wild.
He sounds like a man that I'd be most fascinated to meet.
I think he'll get on fine. But I suppose he'll be wanting to talk to, you there at the back, what was your name? The guard looks up and he goes, "Philip." He goes, "Philip, that's the one. You'll have to talk to Philip. The other one's upstairs. I put him in one of my rooms. Badly broken leg, you see."
Oh, that's very good of you.
Oh, it's smashed. He'll lose the leg. He'll not walk again.
Oh, terrible shame.
They've sent for the surgeon. He's on his way as we speak. They're going to saw it off. And who's going to pay for my mattress that'll be soaked in blood? Ruined.
Well, I've heard if we can get this whole business sorted out, if your Mr. Wild can help, perhaps there might be some money involved, and I'm sure they could be covering any of your bills if you could be of assistance with this endeavor of ours.
I've been assistance enough. I've put up one of the guards, one of the witnesses, and the other witness I've furnished with a drink, no charge, mind you. And anything Mr. Wild tells you that helps the case, his money is coming to me because he's my tenant. You understand?
Of course, absolutely, of course. You're far too kind, a saint amongst us.
Well, don't go overblowing it.
Please, no,
Embarrassing yourself.
you do yourself a disservice. A handsome woman like you.
What did you call me?
Handsome woman.
I'm a married woman, thank you very much.
Oh, please.
A widow,
no.
that's that.
I'm a married man myself.
Thank God for that.
He has a ring on a chain that he kind of waggles around.
Put it away.
Please, I'm not trying to boast. I'm only estranged, whereas your partner is dead. Anyway.
And good riddance to him.
Oh my god!
Well,
My wife's still alive.
I'm not trying to boast.
But she's very much alive.
Philip, you say, he takes some Lily Bridge around the shoulder again.
He's holding his gin and his notebook and he's like, this is incredible. Oh, you have such a common touch. It's incredible watching you work.
Yes, I'm a real people person. Looking back to the landlady gently weeping over her dead husband.
She just poured a bigger gin than you've ever seen.
Oh my God.
Fantastic. So you sit down opposite Philip, the guard, who looks up at you with tired red ring eyes, and he says, "So I suppose you'll be wanting to know what happened last night."
Terrible accident. And it seems like something of importance has gone missing. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this at all, Philip, would you?
It wasn't an accident. We was attacked.
Attacked, you say, Philip?
Oh yeah, 2 of them. Big guys. They came at us out of the shadows. They knew what they was doing. Someone must have tipped them off or something. We didn't even know what was in there. But apparently there was some diamond in there or something. Anyway, they killed the driver. I think he's disappeared anyway. They attacked him first. It was horrible. Anyway, I runs to get the peelers. I come back, the carriage is knocked over. Martin, he's the other one. He's upstairs. He's trapped underneath it, crushed his leg, and he's gone stark mad. He's raving nonsense.
Can I want to peer into this guy's soul, see... Do you reckon he's on the level?
Give me a psychology roll.
Alright, we'll give you a psychology roll. I have 60 in psychology.
Wow. An expert.
Come on,
That's
boy.
27, a hard success. Very nice.
Great.
He does seem on the level. You get the impression that he's putting on a bit of a tough guy persona. There's this behind his eyes. You can see this fear, the fear of uncertainty. Perhaps he's not entirely sure of himself or the situation. He's not really sure, especially when he mentioned Martin upstairs. There's something about that you get the sense it spooked him. Something's upset him.
Okay. Billy kind of slides over a little bit, gives the guy a little bit of room, sits in a slightly more relaxed, less intimidating position, slumps down a little bit. So tell me about Martin, you say. He's badly injured, I heard. Heard he might lose that leg.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I missed that. I was running to get a peeler. But But when I come back, he's sprawled on the floor. He's trapped underneath it. These guys have gone. But, yeah, you'd have to talk to him, although good luck getting sense out of him. I think I don't know what happened. You won't get sense out of him anyway, not until he's calmed down.
Now, Philip, I'm having a real hard time putting this together. You're saying these two lads, they killed the driver. You ran off, and then somehow they managed to flip this carriage over?
They, I don't know, I think they had a grenade.
A grenade, you say?
Yeah, it must have been.
So, these are heavy hitters, then?
There was a flash, and I don't remember anything for a minute. And then the horses were going wild, and they was on the carriage, and they was attacking the driver, and we was getting out off the roof, and I start running. And then over my shoulder, I hear this shouting, screaming. Yeah, and when I come back, the whole place was a mess.
You didn't get a look at these guys at all, these fellas?
Nah, they was wearing masks.
A mask, you say?
Yeah.
Or just like a sack over the head kind of thing?
Yeah, it was a bit. Only at first they looked like, I don't know, it was weird.
Sacks are pretty weird. Look, it seems like you've had a real rough night. Barkeep, a fresh round of gins over here.
Ah, for God's sakes! And she starts making the gins. Meanwhile, over in the carriage,
Hello.
you've crept further in.
Yes.
You find something. It looks like a bit of green, dark greeny blue, sort of turquoisey material. Just a rag, really, but it looks completely out of place in this sort of pile of crates and books and
Is it whole? Is it ripped?
At first, you think it's ripped, yeah, but then as you hold it up, you see that it has eye holes cut into it, and the bottom of it is just these it's shredded, like it hangs down.
Chloe knows what this is.
Yeah, and it looks like a mask. But you could give me a spot hidden if you like.
Okay. There are my dice. I hid them in there.
Convenient.
Spot hidden 1, passed. Spot hidden 2. Good. I've rolled a 97 on 50.
Ooh, that's a fumble.
Oh, well, there we go.
Oh, fantastic.
Fumbly wumbly.
I think what you do is you're sort of examining it, being like, is it a mask? Because how would it even fit on your face? And you hold it up.
Oh, no.
and as you put it on, your vision obviously becomes very constrained in the darkness of the back of this carriage. So it does something to the light. You can see something on the side of the carriage that you didn't notice before. It's this sort of weird shape, almost like a half triangle, half spiral that turns into a kind of question mark. It's really weird, and it's sort of, the light just catches it. And then you suddenly hear right in your ear this frantic whispering. Just like, and it's a voice, and it's gabbling, it's speaking too fast for you to understand, in possibly a language you don't recognize, but you're convinced there's someone stood right here, and then you feel the breath on your face, and you turn away and pull the mask off, and there's no one there, and that image on the wall of the inside of the carriage is gone. Can you give me a sanity roll, please?
Oh, I can, yes. My sanity is 50. Because I am the world's most average man. All my stats are 50.
The everyman.
That's a 72.
Oh dear.
72.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Well, this is not what you normally experience in the world of accountancy. So you lose 3 sanity points.
Oh no.
Awful.
47.
Awful. And you suddenly feel this pain around your eye, and then you look at the mask and you see that there are what look like teeth marks above and below the eye hole. And it's ripped the fabric a bit, and there's a little bit of what looks like blood.
Fresh blood?
Like dry, yeah, but dried, yeah. Dried blood. Definitely not your blood.
Oh.
But, yeah. Almost as if whoever was wearing this got bitten.
Oh. I think I found a crucial piece of evidence here. I really wanted to get away from accountancy, but this might be even too exciting for even me. Daredevil Ernest Stickler. I'm going to go outside and speak to Florrie, I think.
Fantastic.
Miss Peeps,
Hello.
sorry to interrupt. I found this mask on the inside of the carriage.
Is that blood?
Yes, I believe it must be blood.
Oh my goodness.
She just takes it. She just tries to take it out. Is that okay?
Yeah, you
I
can take it. Yeah. I think he's too shocked to really be holding it.
I just take it and examine it.
Okay, yeah. You could... Do you have any Cthulhu mythos?
Yeah. I took the investigator package, remember?
Yes, when you're creating a character in Call of Cthulhu, you can take an experienced investigator package, which Tilly has done because her backstory is a bit interesting.
Some shit went down.
Yeah, it won't come up, I'm sure. Maybe it won't.
Maybe it won't.
In which case, cut this bit. But let's have a Cthulhu mythos.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's not really high.
Oh no, that's fine.
Okay.
It's 13.
Yes.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's better than the 0 everyone else begins with.
Yeah,
It's still...
Yeah, it's a big old fail. It's a 67
Oh.
on it.
You can always
push the roll.
You could always push the roll.
Nothing goes wrong with a pushed Cthulhu mythos roll.
It's never.
Because it's not real.
Miss Peeps, it'd be really useful to know about this mask if you happen to know anything. I think it's a vital clue to this investigation.
Yes, I agree. I must know something about it in my extensive knowledge of the occult.
How are you going to push this?
I'm going to push it. I'm gonna just move away from Ernest. I'm gonna do that.
What? No!
I'm gonna lick the blood.
I'm gonna lick the blood, but I don't want him to see. I don't want him to see.
Really?
So I kind of pull the veil across. I pull the veil across with the mask underneath, and I just delicately on the blood, see if I can
Fantastic.
figure out.
You get this intense taste of salt, of like salt water, and a smell of sweat. And then you hear a shout. It's like suddenly you're transported. You turn around, Ernest Stickler's gone. It's dark. It's nighttime. There's someone screaming, and you turn around and there is a man stood with that mask on, or possibly a different mask, but looks the same, and he's holding something, and you can hear yourself saying, "You stupid idiot! They said not to look at it. Don't open it, they said." And he's just sort of staring with these eyes peering out through this mask at something in his hands that's sort of faintly glowing, and then you reach forward to try and stop him, and he snatches it away and growls like an animal, and then he goes for you. And you feel the teeth on your eye. You feel him sucking as if he's trying to suck your eye out of your socket. And you're thrashing on the floor. Things are collapsing. And then you snap your eyes open. You're lying on your back. From what you've seen, Ernest, she's bent over, done something, and then just turned around, started screaming, and fell backwards, and is like just yelling and
Is
wailing.
this part of the spirituality thing that you're into?
Can I say,
Peeps?
because of who she is, can I say that she's vocalized this whole thing? Almost like she's sat up while she's having a dream, so you've heard everything. So you've seen her go under here and then start saying, "You stupid idiot! He told us not to look at it! "Ah!" And then I just flip backwards.
And in fact, it's weirder than that because it's like it's not her voice.
No.
It is a different voice. So actually, sanity rolls for both.
Oh, fuck off! Tilly, why have you done this to me?
That's such a good scene.
So good.
Oh, thank fucking God.
You pass.
I passed. I
Good.
rolled 36 under 47.
I also passed 53. It's going to take a lot to send me insane.
Yeah, you got.
I love it.
You've got 86 on yours.
So you both passed that, did you?
Yeah.
Well, I think you're fine.
I
Maybe
did
it's
fail
just
my Cthulhu mythos though, so.
Yeah, but
something.
you pushed it. You pushed it.
Okay.
That's fine. So the consequence is you still lose a point of sanity.
I accept that.
Yes. Awful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What's Shirky Houses up to?
Well, I was with the horse, so I think after this, I've
You must have heard this.
I've heard this, and I've also
You hear the
finished-
shouting.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. The horse's story checks out. What's going on over here?
Mr. Houses, Miss Peeps has just had some sort of vision, or it was like she was possessed for a moment, with the voice of somebody else, who was probably from London. That's what I've deduced from the situation.
I'll save her. I'll stop running.
No. I'm fine. I'm fine, Mr. Houses. It's nice to have someone corroborate my story. For once, that doesn't happen very often in my career. I saw a vision of two men. Well, I was one of them. They opened the package, and they really shouldn't have, Mr. Houses.
What sort of package was it?
Did I see what it was? Did I see the diamond? I can't remember.
You didn't quite see the diamond, but you get the sense that's probably what it was. It was in a case that
There was a light.
Yeah, and there was this sort of faint light.
There was a light that came out of the case. Could this be the diamond?
This is an incredible use of abilities to deduce what was happening in a case. You've just been shown the entire thing. Here I am, going through all these books, writing down all these numbers. I feel like I'm wasting my time.
Yes. It doesn't usually happen this easily. There's usually a lot more props.
Well, what did bring on the vision? Was it just touching the mask?
Oh yes, just touching it. Nothing untoward, I assure you.
Can I have a touch?
Certainly.
I'm gonna have the mask. Give it a little smell.
You
It smells like grease and sweat and you could give me a spot hidden roll actually.
Come on, Houses.
Or even an intelligence roll.
99.
Really swingy rolls today. It's all extreme successes or horrible fumbles. What's your skill in that?
75.
Oh, so it's not a fumble. It's
Yeah,
just a horrible fail.
Yeah.
So it just stinks.
Can I?
It really stinks.
Can I push the roll?
You absolutely can. How would you like to push it?
Really get my face in close.
Just
When I held
desperate to
out
be
to
the
my
best.
eyes, you'll notice that when I held out to my eyes, I felt that someone was whispering in my ears.
Yes, and I saw a vision. What did you see, consulting detective?
Let's have a look. That's 34. There we go. That's a hard success. Good.
You realise as you bring it to your face that this fabric is it's kind of it's like an oiled tarpaulin fabric material. That's where it looks like it's come from, and you get the sense this has probably come from the docks. It's that kind of stuff. That's where you'd assume would be the nearest thing. That's where your mind logically jumps to. It makes sense with the smell as well. The smell of there's something of the docks about it.
This is from the docks. Where's the nearest docks?
Over there. I'm sure if we're in Limehouse, it's literally like there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's like a few streets away.
Yeah, it's like
that
it's
space.
there.
Well, I think we should go once.
Yes, I'll come with you, detective.
Fantastic.
I feel like we
Yes.
should maybe bring along Mr. Lillybridge because I'd quite like him to write about me in his book.
And I would like him to write about me as well.
Let's go and get some publicity for you, gentlemen.
As you're walking towards the pub, you notice this awful smell. Really disgusting smell. And it's not actually it's not actually Billy Buckets.
Guilty as charged.
But you can all give me spot hidden rolls.
Okay.
Delicious.
Or education rolls if you want to identify the smell.
My education's better, so I'm going to do that.
72 on a 75, so just about pass.
My education is also better, so I'm going to do education.
Mine was spot hidden.
No!
I got a hard success, 17 under 55
On education.
on education.
So
I
you-
failed.
This is just what London, this is what the East End smells like. Probably is Bill Buckets. You recognise there's something in the smog of London, there's something else here that you recognise, and it's the smell of rancid meat, like a butcher's shop. It's wafting through, cutting through, the smell of putrefaction.
Oh.
And with your spot hidden success, you see on the cobblestones there's a bit of what you think might be blood, and it's heading towards one of the drains where loads of these flies are gathering and flying up. They seem to be flying up in this sort of weird they're sort of spiraling up from the drain, and then they spiral back down again. But it's a weird shape they're making, sort of like, the more you look at it, the more it seems like this strange pattern. But you think no more of it.
I might go and have a look. A proper look.
Finally, some pets to detect.
Pest detective.
So I'm going to run over to that drain and see what's going on.
You see him run across to a drain all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, I'm going to follow my nose. Mm-hmm. The keen nose of Ernest Stickler.
Yeah, so you get to this. It's a big storm drain, sort of round the corner from the pub, and there's this. The stench is awful here, really bad. It looks like you just lift it off the drain cover if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you give it a bit of a heave, and it comes away. You manage to push it to one side. You see there is a ladder down into the sewers.
I'm first going to say, hello? Hello?
Hello?
Someone's down here!
Someone's down here. Someone's down here. Someone's down here.
Stop copying me!
Stop copying me. Stop copying me.
All right.
All right. All right.
So there's somebody down here playing pranks or something, but they really smell.
Smell.
I think it's the echo detective.
First pet detective, now echo detective.
That would make sense.
So many strings to your bow.
But maybe you should go down and check.
I think that's a fantastic idea. I'm going to start descending into the sewer.
We'll see you later.
Goodbye!
Best of luck.
Thank you!
Oh dear. Off we go down to meet the clown with the red balloons. So, Georgie. Hey, Georgie. Whoa. So yeah, you go down you start climbing your way down this ladder. It's slick and wet. And how are you taking your time about this? Or are you leading question?
I think I'm excited.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Let's have a dex roll.
A clue.
54, success.
Okay, so you don't slip and break your leg or anything. So you get down the ladders. The brickwork is all like slimy with this black slime and water dripping down. And the bottom of the sewer, there is a sort of walkway, but it's very damp down here. There's a sort of like a half an inch of putrid sewage water. Up ahead of you, you can see the way is barred with these thick iron bars that come down. They're all rusted and with grime and everything. And the flies down here are really thick. They're buzzing around you. Big, fat, meaty flies. They keep like landing on your face, and they go in your mouth when you open your mouth, and you're sort of pushing your way through towards this the way is sort of, it's like a curved sewer, but the way is barred with these big, thick iron bars, all rusted and horrible, and gleaming with this, putrid slime. And wedged in between them is the mangled remains of a man. And it looks like he's been mutilated quite badly. What's your experience with dead bodies?
I think he's never seen one, even though he's a detective.
Yeah, let's have a sanity roll for this then. Great.
I've got 25 in that, so that's going to be really good.
Easy game.
25% chance.
Yeah, lovely.
So once you've lost 5 points of sanity, you'll go indefinitely insane.
That's good. That's great. Here we go. That's a 97.
Oh, Sullivan.
Oh, Sully.
No.
Do you want the really bad news?
Yeah.
Or the bad news? It's the same news. Because that's a fumble. A fumble on a sanity roll, which means you take the maximum amount of sanity loss, which, unfortunately, for seeing a horrifically mangled human corpse, which this is, that is 1d4 plus 1.
So you could go indefinitely insane right now.
Right. Instantly have gone indefinitely
So
insane.
you lose 5 because you fumbled. You take the
therefore I
maximum. You have to lose 5. So you've seen your first corpse as a detective and lost your mind. Which is wonderful news, isn't it?
I'm glad
We just let you go down there on your own.
I'm so glad we put the cover back on this, just to leave him down there.
We're just tootling off to the pub.
Yeah.
We're just saying, oh no!
I might see if they have a soda water.
Yes, I enjoy soda myself.
What's
Quite
even
parched.
better is you're on your own, so we don't have to see this. This will be a summary. So we'll cut back to you in a moment. Meanwhile, in the pub,
So far he's looked at a horse and gone mad.
Had a nice conversation with the horse.
It's gone crazy.
I cleared the horse. Thank you very much.
actually, to retcon slightly, I will say what you do. I'll give you a quick glimpse of what you see before the tendrils of insanity pull you down, which is you see this body. It looks like he was stabbed in the neck initially, and then he's been dragged down here, and it's as if someone was trying to get him through the bars and has tried breaking his limbs and then like cutting at his limbs. But you see his shirt has been pulled open and someone's carved this strange symbol into his chest, a sort of weird spiral triangle shape, and his guts have been opened up. And then your eye travels to the wall where someone has written in this guy's intestinal blood, "The stars are right." At which point, somewhere way, way, way down the sewer, beyond the grate, you hear this splash, splash, and you turn, and there is a figure deep in the sewer, and you just catch the glint of their eyes, and you hear a voice echoing up the tunnel. "Have you seen the yellow sign?" Meanwhile, back in the pub. What were you saying? What were we talking about?
So I want to go and talk to the other guy. And what was the name of the crazy guy in the
Mr. Wild.
Mr.
Mr.
Wild?
Wild.
Okay.
Oscar.
Would you like me to wait for the rest of the group to go and talk to them?
Completely
or
up
do you
to
want to?
Completely up to you. I suppose in the timing of things, they're probably coming in about now anyway. So
Okay.
You probably see you've probably just finished your conversation with Philip just as they come through the door.
Yeah.
You hear Mrs. O'Dowd go, "Oh, more of yous! Well, we're going to be out of gin at this rate."
Well, we definitely need something strong because we have both experienced something quite harrowing, I feel, on the outside. So a nice strong drink for me. I'll have a sparkling water.
She pours some salt into some water, gives it a shake, pushes it across the bar to you.
Gin for me.
That makes more sense.
Oh, well, if you're pouring them out...
He's had 3 gins this morning. It's
Be rude.
6:30.
He looks almost unfazed.
We can't look any worse.
Yeah, hard to know. So, it turns out Philip's a bit of a dead end, but it might turn out that his compatriot upstairs is badly injured. You haven't seen a surgeon run past? Like, I guess they'd be screaming if
Yeah, I haven't seen a surgeon. No one's come through on the street that we've seen.
No.
We found some stuff in the van, in the carriage.
Yes.
But yes.
Mr. Houses went into the sewer.
Yes, he's gone to
We
investigate.
couldn't
the sewer.
stop him.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
We tried.
We did try.
Yes, we did
Yes.
try.
do you think we should go and check on him at all?
No,
I
I'm
imagine
sure
he'll be
he's
fine.
fine.
He's a very
You're
experienced
totally right.
detective.
I spent a lot of time in the sewers and they're absolutely fine. completely fine down there.
Must be full of clothes if you're always down there.
Yeah. You catch a waft of his stench.
While you're at the bar, Philip comes back up to the bar and he gets another gin. And he says, I'm telling you, you won't get any sense out of him upstairs. Oh, but I did remember one of the guys with the masks. I'm sure he had this, and he rolls his sleeve up and he's got a tattoo. This sort of, it's sort of like it's not of anything. It's sort of like a symbol. It's quite hard to describe. It's just sort of like a few vertical lines and a sort of blob at the bottom. And he says, "You know that?"
Would I know it?
You might do. Give me an education roll.
So I've got a 60 in education.
Here's a man who knows things.
And that is an 89.
But not this thing.
No, I'm not familiar with that at all. Do you get that abroad?
No. It's the Tile Gang. You know the Tile Gang? They run this place. All round these streets. The Tile Gang.
Never bumped into them once at all.
Well, he had a tattoo like this. I'm sure of it. So, if he was one of ours, Aunt Aggie won't like that at all.
That's good to know.
You find out who he is. You come tell me, or you tell Aunt Aggie. Because she won't like that one bit.
I'm more than happy to help out a fellow man of the streets, so to speak.
Yeah, you seem like you're on the level. And he gives a glance to Ernest Stickler.
Hello.
And he pushes a piece of paper across the bar to you. Gives you a nod and goes back to his seat with his gin.
I give him like a hearty pat on the back. The complete
drops down dead.
I do get plus 1d4 damage bonus, so that pat on the back could kill.
Strangler's hands.
He was the strangler.
That's how I got him.
Himself.
Yeah.
I'll slip the paper into my pocket for now.
Situation.
So maybe we should be going talking to the witness that was actually there at the time of the crime.
What did you hear about this witness?
Well, he had scarpered, going to look for help when this was all going down. Apparently they were attacked by a pair of fellas, part of a local gang that he's involved in, but you just heard that part.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, and he said something about a mask. We had a mask. I pulled the mask out. And then just see like if Philip tweaks that.
Oh yes.
So Philip, was it like this mask?
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, he was wearing one of them.
Yeah, this was it. I found this in the carriage.
Yeah, it was probably his.
Oh, well, there is evidence then.
Yeah.
Just put that somewhere safe.
Here, let's just have a quick look at that mask of yours.
Oh, all right. I'll pass it over.
Oh,
Be careful with it.
it's just a piece of sack. Or just gives it a sniff. Actually, no, blows his nose into it. This is good quality sack. Blows nose. Puts it in pocket.
Just love sack.
But so he had scarpered and hadn't seen much of anything at all. He was convinced that whoever attacked had used some kind of grenade, which just seems preposterous, if you ask me.
I don't know that there was an explosion. All I saw was a bright light emanating from a case. I had a vision, you see.
A vision, you say?
Yes.
I had an auditory experience.
Okay.
In which I heard some sort of whispering. I think I might also have the powers of a spiritual medium.
Yes, I think you
I'm
could be
discovering
very
new
powerful.
depths about myself on this
Yes.
journey.
I'll take you to my mentor after this is wrapped up, and let's see if we can get you set up, perhaps.
Okay.
You could be a very talented medium, Mr. Stickler.
I've always thought I was destined for great things.
Yes, I can see it.
Upstairs, we have a witness that was the other guard on the stagecoach in terrible shape, and a lodger in the establishment. Apparently, he saw the whole thing. So maybe go and have a chat with them.
Do we want to all go together, or should we divide and conquer?
You lead the way. You know, I'm in the presence of the famed Ernest Stickler.
Yes,
As the
notorious.
personality of this group, Mr.
Yes.
Stickler, I think you should go first.
I should definitely do the talking. You are correct. You two are rather boring.
Yes.
I'm getting it all down, don't worry.
I think I see it all
Yeah. Mr. Lillybridge, not to pester you, but did you get the bit where I found the mask?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and
yes.
you have attributed that to Mr. Ernest Stickler of Stickler and Sons Accountancy Agency. We offer very competitive rates if you want to note that down as well.
Okay. Very good. Yes, and then the lady put it on, and she had a vision. Started screaming. Oh, you're not supposed to look at that. Oh, get away from me. Bite in the face. Yeah, I think I've got everything.
It's incredible detail.
And then Mr. Houses went into the sewer. Should we worry about Mr. Houses going?
He's
into the-
fine.
Okay.
Oh, sewers safe as houses.
Oh, very good. Very good. Safe as houses. Safe as houses. Case will be called. So you head upstairs.
As they go up, can I hang back, like just be a step or two behind, and just have a look at the bit of paper that Philip was?
Yeah, it's an address in Limehouse. It looks like it's the name of a warehouse near the docks.
Great. Yeah, and just proceed up with these guys to whichever person we want to talk to.
I think Ernest would go to the other guard first, feeling that would probably be more relevant.
Okay. So where is he going?
I'm going to go speak to the guard who's.
Okay, so
I might drag. Sorry, excuse me. I might drag Flory Peeps and say. So this Mr. Wild. Apparently he's quite touched, and
People have said similar things about me. Perhaps we should go and see this Mr. Wild.
I feel like you would have the best chance of getting anything out of him if we can at all.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, I've heard tales of your gifts.
Yes. I've been in all the papers. The reputable ones, anyway. Well, let's go. You lead the way.
Yeah, head on up to. Do they say it was like the top room?
Mr. Wild's on the first floor, and then the other guards convalescing at the very top. And it's a very narrow wooden stairwell, winds up. Yeah, one side of the building. So, a very narrow hallway, almost windowless. There's little windows, on each floor, but it's very dark. So you're in at the front.
Mm-hmm.
So as you turn.
So
on-
I've gone to the guard separately to them, so they're going to see Mr. Wild. and
Oh,
I'm going
you're speaking to the guard
Yeah.
who's downstairs. Right. Oh, fine. In which case, so you're at the front, are you? So you're going up the stairs, and as you get onto the first floor, can you give me a dex roll, please?
Yeah, with 60 dex, I have rolled a 55.
Very nice.
Is that a regular success?
That's regular success.
Okay, well, this nightmare creature has got a hard success. So it gets the drop on you
Okay.
and attacks you. You suddenly, as you come up the stairs, you just see these yellow eyes and these claws, and something digs into your face. But doesn't manage to hurt you because it's a cat.
Whoa! Cat jump scare.
So yeah, it's going wild, and you manage to pull it off.
Oh, geez, where's the pet detective when you need him?
I'm just watching this happen, and I just go, I love cats.
Yeah, me too, but can you give me a hand?
You look like you've got it.
And then the door next to you suddenly opens a crack, and there's this wild-looking face with these really pale eyes, sort of middle-aged man, with a sort of very wild-looking face. He just goes, you infernal creature! What are you doing with the cat?
Mr. Wild, I assume.
Yes, that's what they call me. It's their little joke.
Oh, okay. I can tell by the features.
What?
Can you spare a word for a moment? We're here to ask you a couple of questions. I've got someone I'm sure you'd be fascinated to meet.
He reaches out and he grabs the cat by the scruff of the neck, pulls it in, and goes,
You detestable animal.
shuts the door, and you hear this, I mean, him berating this cat.
He goes, oh, these are our guests. These are our guests. We were expecting them. Remember, I told you they'd come, and now they're here. Shut up.
Uncle Monty from Within and I.
And then he opens the door again and beckons you, and he goes, come in. And he waves you into a very bare wooden room. There's a sort of simple rug on the floor. There's a high chair by the window that he scuttles over to, and there's these piles and piles and piles of books. No shelves or anything, just piles of books. And he goes and scuttles up and gets into the high chair and perches there and looks down at you. You now realise he has prosthetic ears. They seem to be on a sort of on wires, but they're wax artificial ears. And he looks down at you and says, "Yes, you must be here because of the altercation in the street."
You are a clever man. That is exactly why me and my business associate are here.
Oh, yes, the medium. Yes, I've read about you in the newspapers. But you don't know why you're really here, do you?
Well, there's been a robbery, a most foul one. A man's been terribly injured, and a horse is missing.
Presumed dead.
Presumed dead. Could be an accomplice. It's not really my field of detective work.
He looks out the window and goes, "I would check the pie shop for the horse."
So what can you tell us about the altercation that happened? And what do you mean we don't really know what we're here for?
Oh, because you think you're here to stop something. But you're here to begin something.
What are we here to begin, sir?
Have you not had the dreams? I have the dreams all the time.
What do you see in the dreams?
All sorts of things. The starless nights, and the other place. But you know all this. It's in the books as well. You've read the books.
Books.
Do you even know what you're looking for? He suddenly springs out of the high chair and starts pacing around the room, going through all these books.
I kind of want to give a side glance to Florrie Peeps and make her little, drinking gesture, nodding at that guy.
I smile politely. Yes.
I'm I feel like this is quite far out of my wheelhouse.
What?
Miss Peeps, if you can.
What are the books you own? Are they in English?
Some in French, some in other languages.
I found something in the carriage I think perhaps you'd like to look at, Mr. It's Not Wild. That's their nickname for you. So
Oh,
what
but Wild
your
is
name?
fine. It's their little joke because of the play I'm working on.
Like Oscar, or?
Yes, exactly. So.
I see.
It won't be like that. It'll be something very different indeed.
Yes, I'm sure. I pull out the book from my ectoplasm pocket and I hand it over to him.
He
Have you
snatches
ever
it and
seen
sniffs the spine. Yes. Starts flicking through.
It's good to have a sniff sometimes.
I blow my nose again on the mask, put it away.
Yes. What do you want for the book?
It's not for sale.
For swap.
What do you
Swaps.
have? What do you have?
I have so many books. Would you like a copy of the play?
I'm not a great fan of the theatre. I was rather hoping you could tell me what the book says.
Oh, this is not relevant to your case at all.
So Florrie kind of scuttles over to him and looks up at him because she's very small. And she just, her face is kind of like fixed in this like horrible rictus grin. And she says, "Give me the book back, you nutcase, or I'll burn your whole place down."
Yes, of course. Well, you can keep it if you wish, but if it was relevant to your case, they'd have taken it, wouldn't they? You need to find out which book they took, because that will be relevant.
Yes, I suppose that makes sense. But why do you want it if it's not important?
Oh, it's important. Just not to you, but it's important to me.
How do you know what's important to me?
I know what's important to me.
But how do I know what's not important to me isn't important to you?
Who are you?
Am I drunk or something? I don't follow this at all.
I just snatch the book back.
He lets you take it and goes, "It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anyway."
I don't think me and Mr. Wilde are on the same wavelength.
No, I don't think Mr. Wilde's on many people's wavelengths. Can I try and read anything into him? Like, can I get a feel for what he's up to?
Yeah. Yeah, you could give me a psychology roll, I suppose.
37, which is against 60, so it's just a success.
Yeah, he's obviously eccentric. You can't decide if he's insane or putting this on for you.
Mr. Wilde, is there anything you can help us with at all? I was told that, like, walking over to his sort of high chair, glancing out of the window, can I see the carriage? Do I have a good vantage point from here?
You do. Yeah, you can see it all.
Like, it looks like you have an awfully good view of that street out there, and it doesn't seem like you've been asleep much at all recently, so you must have seen exactly what happened, and this is quite a pressing matter. I'm being sent directly from Scotland Yard, and you won't want to get in the way of justice being performed. Would hate to have some very clumsy policeman turn up here, rummage around in these books. They could be most careless. You wouldn't want anything to be damaged at all.
I don't recognize the king's authority.
Oh, well, I said that as well, and then they locked me up.
Yes, I know. No. We must prepare ourselves for the new world. Anyway, to answer your question, you would be better served
By finding that jewel and keeping it away from that dreadful Marquess of Avonshire. We don't need her poking her nose in. She's had it for far too long as it is.
And who is this Marquess of Avonshire?
Oh, Lady Harcourt, of course.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not so familiar with...
Oh, she's descended from their line. Yes, she doesn't even know it, I think. But they mustn't get involved. They'll muddy the lineage. The new dynasty.
Well, she isn't our employer, so you don't have to worry about that.
We're employed by other people. I don't even know this woman you speak of.
Good then. Of course, the fool who's taken it doesn't know what he's got.
Who's taken it?
Well, that I don't know. I'm no detective. But someone took it, didn't they? Otherwise you wouldn't be here.
And how do you know he's a fool?
Because if he wasn't a fool, he'd have come to me. But he didn't. So he's out of his depth. And soon he'll start making mistakes. Yes, it's not safe. Very dangerous. Time is running out. That's why she wanted to get into Paris, you see. Because when the seal breaks and it gets out, then No, don't say his name. Don't say his name. You must never speak the name.
Say his name.
And then
Say
he
it.
shouts at the cat. Shut up! Stop saying it!
If only we had the pet detective.
If only.
To say his name is to invite him in, and you must be ready for him, and we are not ready. No, he'll be furious.
I want to make him say the name.
Okay, with my big strangly hands,
I'm gonna grab you and I'm just gonna pull you into a corner. I'm just gonna say, now, I don't possess your physical strength, but I think between the two of us, we might get some useful information out of this.
Well, ma'am, I don't quite possess your intensity or
Exactly.
threatening demeanor.
Exactly. By combining the two of us, all you need to do is get him in that chair and flip him over the window like you might toss him out of it.
Oh.
Obviously, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Easy. Yeah, I think grab him by the throat and hold him quite heavily out the window.
Horrible people.
Wow.
Fantastic. All right.
The game's gonna end, Dom. I'm gonna make it end.
Yeah.
Say whose name? Who stole the thing?
As you're about to as you're advancing on him, he's muttering something about once the seals are broken and you don't know how to fix the seals because you need the book and they've taken the book. Of course he's taken the book, but he doesn't know what he's doing with the book. You need to find the book. And then he's not really paying attention as you grab him by the throat and lift him off this chair. Were you going to push him out the window?
Yeah, kind of hold him so he's, going to fall if let go.
Yeah.
He screams, "You fool! You fool! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! The new dynasty is being born as we speak. The new house, the King of America. Without me, he'll never know his lineage. He'll never bring about the new world."
I don't think you're going to be around to see this new world if you don't answer
Say his name! Say it!
my partner's questions.
Who is he?
Through your grasping fingers, he goes, "Store." At which point the door behind you bursts open. Boom! And stood in the doorway is Shirky Houses.
No!
Covered head to toe in blood.
Oh my god.
Mr. Houses, you've never looked so appealing.
And he says, "Have you seen the yellow sign?" That's what he says to you.
Mr. Houses? My God, what's wrong with you?
You come back to your senses. You have no idea how you got here or what's going on. You look across and Bill Buckets is holding an old and fragile-looking man out of the window by his neck.
Leave that man alone. Can't you see it's that cat who's guilty?
You might be onto something. That cat tried to attack me.
It's all right. Bring him in, Bill. Bring him in.
Okay, right. Yes. Shirky, what the hell happened to you?
Well, I went down into the sewer. I saw a horrible body. Oh, it was really rough. Really rough. And, well, now I'm here.
It feels weird to say this, but I don't feel like the dirtiest person in this room right now. And
Yes,
kind of
you're covered in blood.
Oh, God.
Okay. All right.
Oh, God.
I don't have a tissue or anything.
I hand him the mask.
And it sticks to your face as you put it on. You can't. It's like. And then Mr. Wild's going, the imposter, they've stolen it. It's one of them.
I'm going to strike Shirky.
Yes.
Shirky Hauser.
Yes. Slap him in the face.
Like just a hard backhand.
Yes.
Control yourself, man. Look, there's crimes. There's crimes all over the city. We need you. Just one big hard hit.
Yeah. Does that bring me back to my...
Does that make you sane again, please?
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, fella.
Sorry, no, you did the right thing. I don't know where this blood came from. I was in the sewer, I saw the man, and now I'm here. And the blood's...
Shall we get you a drink?
Oh, yes, please.
All right. You...
Yeah, let's go get a round of drinks.
All right, okay. Well, I was going to say you could finish up here with Mr. Wild, but
Okay.
we can all get a drink, yes.
What do you do with
It's 7 a.m. 7 a.m.
You've not been the most helpful you could have been, I feel, Mr. Wild.
You made me say his name.
Whose name?
Another Shirky Houses.
I will not speak his name again. He is already coming. Oh, there is nothing that will protect you from the doom you've brought upon yourselves.
I feel like it might be a doom you brought upon yourself. I feel like this guy's going to be no help whatsoever.
Yes, I agree. Has to.
He just puts his head in his hands and just sits down on the floor. He just does this.
I'm going to give him a good hard poke on the shoulder and just say, and pay the landlady! Let's get out of here.
I'll say, hasta la vista, baby!
I didn't know you spoke Spanish. How attractive.
Meanwhile, downstairs,
Me and Mr. Lillybridge are going to go to see the other guard.
Yeah.
On the way, I'm going to say, "Don't you worry, Mr. Lillybridge. Things are about to get very exciting, I imagine."
oh, well, I'm pen at the ready. So, yes.
Yeah, watch my expert interrogation skills come to life, and I'm just going to walk into the room where I assume they're keeping the guard who's had his leg mangled.
Oh, yeah.
That's who I want to speak
Oh,
to,
right,
yeah.
fine. So he's on a little sort of pallet bed. The bed is sort of soaking with, it's just soaked with blood a little bit. It's been bound up to some degree and raised. And yeah, he's just lying there staring at the ceiling with his eyes wide open, not blinking.
Excuse me. Excuse me, hello. My name's Ernest Stickler of Stickler & Sons Accountancy. I'm somewhat of an amateur detective, working this case of the overturned cart in the street, which I hear you were a victim of. Do you have anything that you would like to say for the record?
They weren't. He wasn't. He was wearing a mask.
Was it a green sort of tarpaulin thing with frills at the bottom?
What?
Makes you hear things?
No.
Oh.
No, not him. the other one. And I said, show yourself. Show yourself. And he said, this isn't a mask.
Sorry, this isn't a mask.
No, it wasn't a mask. It wasn't a mask. It was... Oh God, it was his face. But his face, it wasn't like my face. It wasn't like your face. No. And I couldn't move. I saw it all. He came. I disappeared in thin air. Thin air, I tell you. Philip keeps saying it was a grenade. It was a grenade. It wasn't a grenade. It was something else. They spoke the words. They waved their hands.
So you're saying these people who robbed the carriage were using magic?
I don't know what it was. I don't remember. There's about a minute. I can't remember. There's a whole minute. I can't remember. I don't know where I went. And then I wake up. The carriage is on my leg. I can feel it bleeding out, but the pain doesn't matter because I saw him. He bit the other guy. He had this thing, and I caught a glimpse, and oh my God, I saw something. I saw this other place. It was everywhere. It was all around me. Oh, it was beautiful. But it was strange. I want to go back. You got to take me back. Please. And he starts grasping for your hands.
But sorry, I just no touching, thank you. It's just I have a very distinct personal space bubble that I like to keep at all times. Just to go back on the thing you said about the guy's face, it was his face and not a mask, and it was like nothing you'd ever seen before. What did he look like?
It was pallid. It was blank. Oh yes, it was blank.
Blank.
Okay, it's giving Slenderman.
Yeah, it's giving... Was it he had no features at all?
No. No. And eyes as dark as the starless skies. Oh.
And you're sure he wasn't wearing like a pair of pantyhose or something over the top of his face and just it was like, you know, it was dark?
No, he was in robes. He was a king, you see. He had a crown. And he moved through the air. He came from the air and he went into the air. But he will return, you see. Oh, yes.
So you're saying a king flew down from the sky wearing a crown with no features on his face and he stole a diamond. Why would a king need a diamond? He's already rich.
That's the detail he's so upset about.
It makes no sense.
Oh, this just doesn't add
This
up.
just doesn't add up at all.
They turned on each other. When he arrived. They didn't see him, but I saw him. He spoke to me. It should be my jewel. I need the eye. You've got to get me the eye.
What did this king say to you?
He said, have you seen the yellow sign? And then he tries to lean forwards and get up slightly. And then he starts ripping the bandages off his leg and he pushes his fingers into the wound.
To try and pin him down.
I think as soon as you try and grab him, I think he tries to sock you in the face.
Okay. I don't think I would have noticed, so I think I'm just going to have to take it.
He's rolled a 1.
Oh, good.
He's got the fury of a madman. Oh no.
Heavyweight champ.
So he gets a critical success on you. So he gets a bludgeoning strike. Oh yes indeed.
Which is what?
It's bad.
How many hit points you got?
12.
Okay.
Big 12.
Big 12.
So he gets to do the maximum amount of damage he could do, which is 7 points of damage.
7.
That's over half my health.
So I think what happens is it's a major wound.
Yeah.
So I think as soon as you touch him, he just screams with this
this unnatural fury, like a wild animal.
Yeah.
It's horrifying. And then he just brings his meaty fist over, using the whole weight of his body to sort of like, using the what is that, centripetal force. And he brings it, smashes you in the side of the jaw. You hear your jaw crack, teeth come out. You catch sight of Edwin frantically writing all this down in his notebook. Oh my God!
Don't put this in. I say as I just flop to the floor, unconscious for a moment.
Well, you do go down to the floor, but give me a Constitution save to see if you.
My Constitution
stay
is 50.
And I've rolled, what's that, 46.
So you just about stay conscious as you see these stars. Your vision swims. It all goes a bit purple for a second as you hit the floor, the wooden floor, and as Lilybridge starts shouting, "Oh, help! Mr. Stickler's taken a tumble. The gentleman has had an altercation with him. Didn't like the touching. Help!"
Can we hear this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Guess we
should go and help.
Oh gosh. We'll
I thought Mr. Leebridge got the boring room and was going to have terrible notes, but actually got very excited very quickly. I guess we barrel in there very aggressively, slam the door open.
The guy he's you see Stickler's on the floor. It looks like his jaw's broken.
I'd like to make a citizen's arrest.
And the guard in the bed, he's got his hand back in his wound and he's smearing blood on the wall in this weird shape. And he's just sort of but with the tenderness of a fine landscape painter, but it's his own blood that he's smearing on the wooden walls.
Blood Ross. Oh, isn't that nice?
Who's lost sanity at this point?
I mean, I've lost.
I lost
I've
1
lost
point.
3.
And I've lost 5.
You've lost none.
Just totally fine, just an upstanding citizen.
Okay.
Suspicious.
Tough man.
So you're looking at this guy painting this thing on the wall, and you think, what a loopy guy. He's lost it.
I think we'll charge over and try and stop him. Stop him digging into his leg. The guy's having an episode, and just try and make him calm down.
How are you trying to calm him down?
Oh, physically. Yeah.
Physically,
Yeah. Like pulling his hand away from his thing and shouting like, "Get yourself together, man! What's wrong with you?"
As soon as you touch him, he's going to try and punch you in the face.
Get killed by this guy.
We all get killed by a guy we never see after.
He's only got one leg.
This one-legged guard.
Wow, just stone cold kills. Okay.
TKO's whole party.
He's not doing as well there.
Can I do an opposed brawl?
Yeah, absolutely. So he goes to swing for you. What do? You're just going to like whack him in the face or guts or something?
I think punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Probably the right kind of call. 37, which is against my 60, which is a success. Not a hard success, just a success.
You smack him in the face. He's too slow coming up. You see it coming, so you just punch straight down into his face. As
That's
you
what I should have done.
loom over him.
Yeah, a little apologetically, like, you just gotta calm down a second. Whack! Bang! Are you calm yet?
Give me a damage roll.
Oh, I don't want to go too full, but it's
You've got a damage bonus because you're strong.
Yeah, so D3, it's 3 plus 3, 6 damage.
Lovely.
To his
So
face.
you knock him unconscious. And he sprawls out on the bed. And you're just looking down at him, not really worrying about what else is going on in the room. But the three of you see that thing he's drawn on the wall, and you hear this whistling noise and this rush of air, and you suddenly feel like it's dark outside, and you hear something. you hear a voice echoing.
Don't make us use the restraints. Don't make us do it. You must come back. Sit down.
What? Can anyone else hear that?
And that's a sanity roll for all of you.
That's
Whoa!
No, you don't experience this.
Just
89 on
punching an invalid.
89 on a 20 for me.
Oh dear.
Dom, have I rolled a 1 or a 100 with that?
That's a 1.
You rolled a 1.
Whoa!
So-
I'm aggressively sane. I love it. The crazier the better.
I failed. I rolled a 79, and that's on 47.
Okay, well you lose a sanity point.
A
sanity point, and you lose a sanity point.
Okay.
What did you start on, Laurie?
I started on 50, so I'd have to go down to 40, wouldn't I, to go
yeah.
indefinitely insane.
Yeah. Sullivan, unfortunately, you are indefinitely insane, so any further sanity loss prompts a bout of madness. So you're going to have another bout of madness.
Great.
You hear Shirky Houses muttering to himself something about, he says, when you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. It must be the truth. It must be the truth. It must be the truth. He knows the truth. He knows the truth. Why won't he tell us the truth? And then suddenly you see him launch himself onto the unconscious body of that guard and start just wailing on him, and then you see him go down and bite into his neck, and there's blood all over his face.
Oh my God.
And he's saying, "Why won't you tell me the truth? Where is the diamond? We need to find the diamond. We're running out of time. I want the diamond." That's what you're doing.
I'd like to physically intervene.
Okay, yep.
Quickly. Mr. Buckets, punch him.
Shirky, I've already punched him once.
You're going to have to punch him,
Houses,
Mr.
get a hold of
Bucket.
yourself!
Please, Shirky. The man's unconscious.
He's been possessed.
He's definitely dead now.
Killed him. Ripped out his throat.
Oh, Shirky. What have you done, mate? What have you done, fella? Just trying to pull him off of this poor man.
Yeah, let's have an opposed strength roll. I think. Okay. Unless you're actually fighting, but that's close.
That is 36, a regular success.
I'm 52, which is a regular success.
Okay, so you're sort of, just stuck, just wrestling one another. But yeah, you realise that this guy is definitely dead. You're barking mad.
I feel like sometime in between going into the sewers and now, Mr. Houses has lost his mind. It'd be hard to place where. But
Yes.
No, Ernest. Sewers are safe as houses. Absolutely fine.
Yes.
so
it
probably
was
since leaving the sewers.
Yes. Can I look at that jaw for you while they're wrestling? I have a fantastic first aid skill. Well, I have an okay.
Do you?
I have an okay first aid skill. I could make it worse, or I could fix you.
Could make it, okay, it's 35.
It's 35. Can I try and heal him a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of steer you out of the room where they're wrestling. He's dead, so let's try and get this jaw of yours fixed up. Oh no.
87.
Sorry, bro.
Not a fumble though, so that's a relief.
Yeah.
So yeah, you realise this needs
Yes,
a
well.
surgeon's attention, really.
Well, perhaps the surgeon will be along soon.
Perhaps.
Shall we go get you a gin?
I think I need something strong, yes.
All right.
I'll have a mint tea.
Billy, let him go. Just lock him in the room or something.
I think he's going to try and eat him. Is Lilybridge just there? Just
Yeah.
oh my, this is just fabulous.
Stop taking it down, Lilybridge.
He's actually he's jotting it down. He's going fascinating. Oh, so fascinating.
Lilybridge, give me a hand, man.
Oh, I shouldn't get involved. For the journalism.
Okay, I guess. And continue to wrestle Shirky.
But don't worry, it's all going in.
Maybe leave the bit out about about the murder that just happened.
Oh, I'm afraid I have to include everything in the notes.
Leave the bit out about the murder.
And the bit out about you asking to leave out the murder.
This,
And this bit also.
and this bit as well.
Righto! Fascinating.
Can I have another attempt just to get Shirky under control?
I think given the fact that he's insane and you're going to sort of persist, I think unless it turns to actual violence, I think you probably do eventually manage to sort of pin him down. But it's all too late. Like the guy's dead. Have you two left the room?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you suddenly realise you're alone in this room with a corpse and an insane man. And it feels like the room's got darker.
Is the door open?
Did you leave?
Yeah,
the
I
door?
don't think we would have closed the door.
Yeah.
I kind of just begin to straighten myself up and slowly just head towards the door.
And as you walk towards it, the door just boom, like that.
The moment it shuts, I charge up the door to try and rip it open.
Yeah, you pull and pull and pull on the door, but it doesn't want to open. You can give me a strength roll though.
I'll take a strength roll on that door.
Sorry about that.
Ooh, 93. That's a fail against my 70. I'm really unhappy. I'm going to throw my full body weight into this door.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like got a lot of bulk. He's a big fella, and really like an absolute trapped animal trying to get out of this place as his eyes are now wide and going pale with almost abject terror. 20.
Hey.
20, a success.
You smash through the door, and it breaks the lock. You stagger out into the pub.
I need a drink.
Everything all right, Billy? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Oh, just
Or just seen someone die by having their throat ripped out, which we also saw. But,
oh no,
yeah. That's London, isn't it?
That's London.
That's London.
Just a drink, please, landlady. Just like tapping on the table. Drink.
The landlady's nowhere to be seen.
I'm just gonna walk behind the bar.
Yeah, fair.
And literally the first bottle, pull the cork out, and start pouring some drinks.
Oh, we're helping ourselves. Excellent. And I'm going to make myself a salt water.
I push that out of the way and hand you a gin.
I wonder if they have any biscuits. I don't usually have sugar.
Your jaw's broken.
I'll soak it for a bit.
Yeah.
We've got a problem of our good compadre up there has just done a bad murder.
As opposed to a what sort of murder? A good murder?
Well, sometimes someone had it coming. A bit of justice, whereas that guy definitely...
Was this what happened to the Lambeth Strangler?
Oh, yeah, what goes around comes around, as they say.
That's what you said while you were killing him.
Yeah.
That's what they said in the papers.
Well, I couldn't possibly comment on that.
Well, the papers had it all written down.
Yes.
They said you were screaming that you get what coming to you.
What goes around
Obviously,
comes around.
I'm framing you for my crimes. A series.
What do you mean? Is Philip still down here? The other guard?
No, he's gone as well.
Okay. Well, we'll happily talk very frankly. Look, we've just been involved in a murder, and look, I'm happy to help out with this job, helping out some ex-people from Scotland Yard, but look, I'm not going away for this, and so we need to get our story straight.
Well, the story is that I was viciously attacked by the deceased, and in an effort to apprehend them and seek justice, Mr. Houses unfortunately went too far in his self-defense.
Right, he did rip the guy's throat out.
Well,
with
yes,
his teeth.
but sometimes you got to make sure they stay down.
Right. Taking a step backwards from the accountant. You don't like irregularities.
Well, it's just ones and zeros, isn't it? Counting, and sometimes you'd have to make a 1 a 0.
Right. Okay.
And God forbid you see a 2.
Or a 4.
I can safely say that Mr. Houses is no longer with us.
Well, no, he's upstairs.
Yes, but he's no longer with us on this plane of existence.
He's touched, I guess.
He's gone gaga.
There's a lot of that going around these days.
Lady or radio?
What?
Meanwhile, you're in a room. I think you're still with Edwin Lillibridge, right? Yeah.
Why hasn't Lillibridge left?
Yeah, why hasn't he left?
I don't trust him now.
And you're in this room next to the bed, and you find yourself on your knees next to the bed. You're exhausted. You hear Lillibridge behind you say, well, what are you doing now? Are you praying? Is this a prayer?
No, I'm fine. I just, yes, I didn't like the blood on them.
You didn't like the blood on the walls? But why did you draw it on the walls?
So,
Oh, bother. Yeah, you look up and there's this bloody shape on the wall.
Is it the one that I saw carved into the body?
Yeah. And in fact, now you think about it, you've seen it somewhere else as well. And your hand goes to your pocket, and you take out the piece of paper that was given to you by Lady Harcourt. And on the back of the paper, it's got the seal, the Harcourt business seal. It's the same symbol, embossed in yellow. What is it, Mr. Houses?
Have you seen the yellow sign? That's what the man said. The man in the sewer said, have you seen the yellow sign? This is the sign. This is the yellow sign.
The same thing, the same sign that you've drawn on the wall, Mr. Houses?
No, yes. But I don't remember drawing that. Oh God.
Oh, but you did it just now.
Did I? I thought he was drawing it.
Who, Mr. Houses?
The man with only one leg in the bed.
Oh, yes, the man with one leg. Yes, of course. Fascinating. And he makes a note.
This guy's a psychopath. Oh. That's terrifying.
And do you turn to look at him? Because he's behind you right now.
Yes, so I'll turn around and have a look at him.
So you see the room is divided by these bars, these rusty iron bars, and you see him on the other side of the bars making his notes, and then you blink and you see him mangled in between the bars, dying, bleeding out, someone carving into his chest, and behind him this figure in what looks like yellow robes in the darkness with this almost porcelain face. And you hear a voice in your ear that says,
You are running out of time, Mr. Houses. You need to help us. You need to find the jewel, because the fool who has it, he's not like you. You're special, Mr. Houses. The jewel should be yours. Don't you agree?
Yes, I am special. Definitely.
And then the figure, this really tall figure in yellow rags, just leans through the bars and down into the body of Edwin, mangled in there. He's like trying to breathe. And he reaches down and he pulls out this key, this long key. And he taps the bars and points into one corner where there's a lock. puts the key in it. And then you blink and it's back to normal. And Edwin's stood there looking at you with his notebook. Sorry, what did you say? Have I seen the what?
Have you seen the yellow sign? Where's the key? Do you have a key?
A key? What kind of key?
There was a key. There was a key for a lock.
Oh, a key for a lock. Well, I don't think we've seen a key yet. But I'm sure if there's anyone who's going to find a key, it's the most semi-famous a consulting detective in London. Was that what you are?
Yes, yes.
Right, good.
So I've seen him pick the key out of Lilybridge's body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I might go for him.
Oh wow, okay.
When the keeper is like,
Oh, we're going to carve it out of the guy.
Okay.
So you want to play a game?
I'm going to come back to this.
Yeah.
The saw of Cthulhu. Oh my God.
Meanwhile, in the pub, the now empty pub, the door opens and that constable comes in. Everything all right?
Yes.
Only
I'm trying to hide my jaw.
there's I heard shouting from one of the windows.
Yeah, there's a crazy guy that lives upstairs, Mr. Wild. You might have heard of him. He's just been hollering all around the place. Nothing to worry about. Absolutely, everything is completely fine here. We've got it all under control.
Oh, okay, good. A crazy guy, you say?
Yeah. Mr. Wild, his name.
Wild by name. Nature.
He comes in and he shuts the door very carefully behind him and he looks around the pub. Yes, okay. And he takes from around his neck, he's got this thing around his neck that he takes out from inside his jacket. It's on like a leather thong around his neck. And it's this kind of like oblong stone. And he takes it off and he touches it to the door, which goes ka-kunk. And then he says, right. And he takes out his gun and he says, where is he? Hey?
Where's who? Who are you after?
Constable, there's no need for a firearm. Who are you looking for?
The inspector don't like to talk about it, but I tried to ask him, and he wasn't coming forward with the answers. But you're working for them, aren't you? Ain't ya? You're working for them.
Who's them?
The police.
No, not the police. You're working for Lady What's-Her-Face, right?
Oh, some countess or something. Someone meant.
Yeah.
Look, I've never heard of her.
None of us are working for her. Shirky was, but he's not here right now.
Where is he?
He's upstairs,
Doing what?
talking to the guard.
What?
Talking to the guard.
Who was
investigating.
injured?
Yes.
What are you working for then?
I don't know who I'm working for. He called himself Mr. N.
What?
Mr. N.
This sort of confusion crosses his face as he lowers the gun. And he says, oh, no, this is all fucked. This is how this was supposed to go. This is how this was supposed to go. Oh, fuck. I don't know what to do. Oh, fuck. And
Would you like a drink?
Right on it, and just pouring a pint.
he goes, what do you look like? What do you look like? Who was he? How did he find you?
I didn't see his face. He insisted on being behind the door. He was... glimpse of him in the mirror. He was strange. It was almost like his form shifted as he moved. And he was all in black.
No.
Do you know someone like that?
He starts putting the gun in his mouth.
No, constable.
And he shoots himself.
Oh God! Oh no! Oh God!
And the stone he was holding skitters across the floor.
Oh God! Oh!
But that's sanity rolls for him.
I've got to go crazy now. So fucking resilient.
Oh my God!
Yes,
Get
95.
In the bin!
I failed.
You both
I rolled
failed.
68.
I've rolled 95.
69, the sex number.
Nice.
Nice.
95?
95 on my 80. What was 86 is now 85.
So you all lose sanity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, shame. You all lose 4 points of sanity.
Oh God!
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on 42. 2 more points, and I go indefinitely insane.
Don't worry, it's very fun.
Yeah.
You get to spend loads of time with Dom.
Oh
Well, it describes the horrible things in your brain.
Oh God!
He drops down in front of the doorway, dead, and the little stone thing he was carrying skitters across the floor. What do you want to do?
I want to go pick up that stone.
I want to pick up his gun.
Yep.
I will go
Finish his
and...
drink.
Finish your drink.
You're not having this. I'm guessing there's, lots of windows and stuff all around.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start kind of drawing curtains.
Yeah.
And
not going back to
looking
prison.
out and just making sure that no one is just kind of seeing if anyone's looking at us, has been alerted. Although a gunshot might not be the most uncommon, it might still draw attention.
Give us a spot hidden.
Cool. I've got a 50 for spot hidden, and that's an 87. Don't worry, guys. Coast clear.
What happened to these rolls?
God, it started so well. It's weirdly quiet out on the street. It looks like they've cleared the carriage away as well. Yeah, and the police have gone. There's no one at all. And down all the dark alleyways you can see nothing. Just this rolling fog creeping in as you draw the grimy yellow curtains of the pub.
Oh, can I push it?
Yeah.
Can I have a push? What about that guy right up against the window? I'm sure that seems awfully suspicious that everything's gone. 17 against my 50.
Very good.
Yeah. Oh wait, there is someone. It's that guy, that homeless guy you saw before, stood in one of the alleyways, just in the shadows, and he's watching you through the window, and he's smiling, and he's pointing.
In a friendly way or a
Exactly like this.
way.
Seems like a friendly guy. Okay.
Good to see you again, buddy.
Hey, mate!
Give him a thumbs up.
Yeah, I did give you change.
I was the one. You treat yourself.
Do you want anything from behind the bar? No one's in.
And then you see him lift one of the sewer covers, and he starts climbing in, and just as he gets to this height, he turns back and he nods at you, and then he carries on down into the sewers.
I don't like it.
Close the curtains. Okay, right. So as I was talking about, we've got a murder that's just happened upstairs. We now have a dead policeman.
Yeah, we're accruing bodies at a rapid rate.
Yes. We need to get out of here.
If I wasn't such a good accountant, I could almost have lost count.
You are one of the London's greatest accountants.
I'm the world's greatest accountant
That
who's
can
turned
be
into a detective. Yes.
That could be a no doubt after today.
Yes.
It was unbelievable.
Keeping track of both of their deaths.
Yeah.
I can see how you've got your...
There's another death. There's a third in the sewer.
Can I,
Yeah,
I don't know about.
can I rifle through the policeman's
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to do as well.
body and pockets?
Yes, you can.
What's that?
There's a few things you find. One is, well, let's have a spot hidden roll first, actually, just to see
From both of us?
how much you find. Yeah, there's some stuff you'll definitely find. But,
Mine's a fail.
oh dear.
69 over 50.
Nice.
What's yours?
32 on my score is 43.
That's who succeeded.
Very good. So, Ernest Stickler, being very fastidious, you go through his pockets meticulously. You find a newspaper rolled up, tucked in his back pocket, and a note from Vincent Todd. And the note reads, "Watch those guys. See how close they get. But if they get in the way, get rid." That's what it says.
Oh dear.
You also find, rolled up in the newspaper, as you unfurl the newspaper, there is a rough plan of what appears to be the waterways and the sewer system of the local area. And there's a few points marked on it. One is the dock office, down by the docks. And there's a handwritten note that says, "The Carcosa." There's a couple of sewer entrances marked next to the King's Head. And there's an arrow that draws from there and then a circle around a building sort of 2 streets away. But it doesn't say what the building is. Yeah, what do you want to do with the newspaper? Do you keep the newspaper or do you?
Yeah, if that's got the map drawn on it, right?
Well, it's a bit of paper tucked into the newspaper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything on the newspaper? Can I read the newspaper?
You can have a flick through the
Have
newspaper.
a
if you
little
like.
flick through the newspaper.
Yeah.
Is it recent?
Yeah. It's like yesterday's paper. You flick through, it's the usual sort of stuff. There's been some sort of like, the dockers are going on strike. There's, a cat's gone missing. The Lambeth Bridge Strangler strikes again. All that sort of stuff. You're going through it.
Still at large.
Still at large.
Lambeth Bridge Strangler heard shouting, "My name is Billy Bucket."
Yeah. Escape prisoner, yada yada yada. Anyway, so you're flicking through the newspaper. You, on the other hand, you find, you're starting to think there's something odd about his uniform. It doesn't feel good enough quality, almost. And so you start rolling his sleeves back and you see he has a tattoo that is like this blob with these 3 lines coming down from it.
Do I know what this tattoo is?
Well, you could do an occult roll, or if you want something a bit spicier, you could do a Cthulhu Mythos roll.
You know me, I love spice. Let's do the mythos.
Your mythos is like 13.
Yeah, fuck it.
What if?
29.
You could
You could spend luck. Spend your luck.
Okay, I'll spend some luck.
to bring that down to a success.
Yes.
So you would need
16.
16 luck you need to spend.
Okay, that takes me down to
49.
49.
Yep.
Success, please.
So you succeed on a Cthulhu Mythos roll. Yes, this tattoo has strange provenance. And as you touch it with your hand, you feel this colossal movement, as if something shifting under the waves, like the whole sea moving. And you feel these weird dreams, and you see this underwater city, and you hear this deep rumbling, and you are aware of some cosmic enmity almost like between two forces. This person is definitely in the thrall of this power that is not the same as the sense you have of the other thing that's happening. You get the sense that this is the symbol of a cult dedicated to the worship of some strange and terrifying entity that reaches out to you. And you think it's reached out to you before in your dreams.
And it's reaching out to me now.
It's reaching out to you now.
What does it want?
It wants you to seal the jewel, reforge the seals.
I can do that for it.
And you see 4 hands cut open and being placed on this big yellow diamond, and the blood running across it. That's the image you have in your head.
We have to seal the diamond. Sorry, I was miles away.
Let's have a sanity roll for that.
Yeah. 66.
Still so sane.
Yeah, my sanity is 81.
So sane.
Yeah, you're used to these visions and things.
Love it.
You're in tune with this stuff.
The crazier the better.
Sorry, what was that about a seal? What just happened?
I saw a vision.
Yes?
2 great dark forces converging to be the winner of some horrible cosmic war. And then some kind of seal and blood dripping from 4 hands onto it to seal the diamond away for good. Could that be our hands?
I hope not. I've already taken a battering. I don't want to be cutting myself today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know how we'd get there. The vision didn't show me.
Meanwhile, what's just happened with you? You've just had that awful experience in the
And then I
room.
was going to go for...
Oh, yes, of course.
Gonna eat the key out of him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you want to attack him?
Yeah.
Let's have a fighting... How are you attacking him?
I think I'll...
Bum rush?
Yeah. What does that exactly entail?
I think
First.
Bum first,
Yeah.
as always.
I think it's just like...
Like a bee.
Yeah,
Like a
I'm
bee.
just jumping on him and punching, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's have a fighting brawl roll for that then.
Oh wow, that's somehow a success. That's an 18
Wow.
on a 25.
Okay. Let's see how he fares.
Let's rip this guy.
He's going to try and... He sees you coming, he's going to try and run out of the way. Oh, he does very well. He dodges out of the way. And you run into the door, bang. And he sort of scarpers, he's down on his hands and knees, like, trying to get back up. And what do you do?
I'm going to chase after him.
Okay. Give us another fighting brawl.
Give me that stomach key.
Oh, that's first a fail. That's 82 on a 25.
So you come at him, and as you do, he turns around and he reaches out of his jacket pocket, and he's got something. It's too fast for you to see what it is. Oh, yes, a success. And suddenly you're right next to him, and you feel this sharp, prickle in your abdomen. And he steps back, just looking terrified, and he goes, "It's okay. It's okay. Everything's going to be fine. Calm now. Yes? Yes. We're going to get a solution.
I'm going to look down and see What's going on with my tummy?
You see that he's holding what appears to be a sort of like hypodermic needle.
What have you done?
We'll take care of you now. Everything will be fine. And you see, as your vision gets kind of woozy, you see a figure behind him. This sort of pale, masked figure in yellow rags just over his shoulder, just watching you.
I need the key. The key's in you. I need the key.
What key?
He showed me the key. The man in the yellow rags, he showed me the key. It was in you.
Oh, I see. Well, maybe the man in yellow rags will be able to help you again.
But maybe he's here now.
Is he? Is he in the room right now?
Yes, he's behind you.
Oh, well, I best be careful then.
Well,
give me a constitution roll.
38, that is a normal success.
So you manage to, you suddenly feel really heavy and really tired, but you're managing to stay conscious.
He's right there. Why don't you just turn around? Have a look. He's right there.
He turns and looks at the figure behind him, who doesn't look at Edwin. And Edwin's sort of reacting like he can't see anything. And then slowly this hand comes up and puts it to its own face, and the mask starts to come away. And underneath it looks exactly the same for a second. And then you realize it's actually just what looks like thousands of like worm-like fibers. They start to protrude out, and he looks down and he sort of starts to embrace Edwin, who looks up, and his face connects with these like fibers, and they just start like merging with his own face and pushing into the skin, and you see blood run down, and it just starts to like just press harder and harder into him.
Kiss.
It's like a kiss.
Edwin! I'm gonna try and get over to him.
Okay. Give me another constitution roll.
45, just about a success.
Okay, yeah, you're still conscious, but it's really hard to move now, and you're sort of like, the room's rocking and spinning.
I'm gonna try and grab the thing off of his face.
Oh wow, okay. So you, you try and grab at this figure, but then Edwin's face sort of turns to you, and the fibers sort of come away slightly, and he says, "What's the matter? Haven't you seen the yellow sign?"
I have seen the yellow sign. Your face.
And he says, "Then it is time." And he gestures to the door, and the door goes and opens, and there's a really bright yellow light coming from behind the door.
Time for what?
Time. It is time to enter Carcosa.
What happens there?
Oh, well, then the performance begins.
Is it going to be good for me?
He just points at the door.
Oh, God.
Is this to do with Hasta?
And he looks suddenly very afraid. And they both recede into the shadows and darkness. And they're gone.
Oh. I'm going to run downstairs.
Okay. So you run out into the yellow light, and you're back on the stairwell, and you come running down the stairs into the pub, where you see the young policeman is lying slumped against the door. There's a lot of blood, and they seem to be going through his pockets. What's Bill Bucket doing?
Oh, hello.
I think he's just stood taking stock of having a drink.
Just found a bag of pork scratchings.
Just having a little think. Shirky, I'm glad you're back. You're all right. You're looking a little bit. You okay?
I saw the man in the yellow rags. There was a man in yellow rags, and he put his face on Edwin's face, and he said it was time. And then I said the name Haster, and they both disappeared. I don't think they like the name Haster.
It is time. It's time to close the seals or open them. I'm not sure which. But it takes blood. Our blood. 4 hands worth of blood.
Could we use 2 of yours instead of 1 of mine?
I think it needs to be 4 people.
Oh. Just my bloody luck.
Okay, I'm a little bit afraid of blood.
You said somebody in yellow?
Yes.
Yeah, the guy upstairs, you know him. He was right before you, he was raving about somebody in yellow.
Before you killed him?
Yeah, before, that's what I was trying to be delicate about that.
I killed someone.
Well, he has to find out eventually.
No. I'm going to slap him.
Yeah, fair.
Good, I was just raising my hand.
Whack! You all slap
it. Yeah. No. He said that a figure in yellow flew down from the sky and stole the diamond.
With a face that looked like a mask?
It was a blank face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I saw. And that person with the leg, they were drawing the image that I saw carved into the body down in the sewer.
I saw that image inside of that in the carriage.
Oh, we got, and it's on this note from Lady Harcourt. It's from her as well. See, and they said, "Have you seen the yellow sign? This is the yellow sign. We've got to do whatever your thing is. If it will end all this, we've got to do it."
And so, do you think that the people that have this one pointing to the tattoo on the body aren't aligned with this one pointing to the symbol on the Harcourt thing?
Yeah, you get the distinct impression they are opposed to one another.
Is the tattoo on the body the same that was on the guard when he revealed his... that is the tattoo of the Tile Gang. And I pick out a piece of paper and hand it over. I'm pretty sure this is the address to where they're hanging out. They very much want to get hold of
King's Eye Diamond.
The King's Eye Diamond.
Is the address, if I know these streets, is that address the same as a circled building on the map that I have?
No.
Ooh.
No.
Do we go to?
So we've got, I think we've got 2 options here, because we have this address, but we also have this circled portion of this map, and my deductive reasoning skills say that this would be important because it has been both circled and there is an arrow pointing directly to it.
In fact, on that map, it suggests that from the sewer entrances in the street outside, they would lead more or less directly to that building.
So we could go to the sewers directly to this building, or I guess we could go and knock on the front door on the street address.
Sewers aren't safe. Sewers aren't safe.
Well, the sewers aren't safe, so we'll just go directly via the street. I say, throwing the curtains open.
And the fog is right up against the glass. It's sort of like completely obscuring any view you have of the street. Thick yellow fog, just all up against the windows.
Alternatively, we might go through the sewers.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
How about we just see if we can get a second opinion on all of this? And I want to just start stamping up the stairs, calling for both Edwin and Mr. Wild. Just Edwin, where are you, mate? Mr. Wild.
Edwin doesn't have a face.
Just banging open every door.
Yeah. You bang open Mr. Wild's door and the room is completely empty. And that's a sanity roll, I think.
Oh, lovely.
It's been tidied.
70. That is a 70 to my 36 is a fail.
Oh dear. Yes, because it's not just he's not there. It's completely bare. It looks like no one's been in here for years. You lose 3 sanity points.
Ooh, you're one off. You're one off.
That's great.
Come and join the crazy gang.
So is anyone in here at all? Is Edwin?
No sign of him.
Edwin, I think Edwin's working with the man in yellow rags.
Is the body of Martin, the other guard with the bad leg, is he in the blood room?
No.
Just start stamping back downstairs. Okay, I think we need to get the hell out of here.
Where is everyone?
Look, they're not here, and I'm going behind the bar and I'm going to begin smashing bottles of spirits against the walls, against the floor. Is the body of the policeman still in this room?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure that's covered in just the hardest spirits.
What are you doing, Bucket?
Look, we are going to be leaving this place, and no one's going to find a trace of it.
Ah,
Right.
I see.
I don't think the nice proprietress would be very chuffed with that.
I'm sure she wouldn't, but I don't think she's going to be worrying about it.
I haven't seen her bookkeeping. I don't know if this place is insured or not, but I wouldn't be very chuffed if I came back from a break, obviously, and my pub had burnt down.
I think we have bigger problems than
Stickler,
this.
why don't you help me see if we can find the entrance to the sewers outside? Do you think you might be able to remember?
Yes, I think so.
Right.
Okay. Right. Yes. Okay.
I just say.
I give you a nod.
I'll help you burn it down.
Here. Come on, Shirky, we'll just take you. Right, you stand by the door and put a few bottles of spirits in my pockets and make a rough sort of Molotov-esque thing out of the mask. Doused in
booze.
In booze.
Do you think maybe there's an entrance to the sewers inside the pub? Rather
They're
than having to go
they're
out?
marked outside the pub on the map, aren't they? The entrances.
Okay.
But they're like it's literally across the street.
Across the street. So the sewers. Right, I've got a friend who just went down into the sewers, actually. Saw him moments ago. Not you, you're my... I'm so sorry. I do have some other friends now. But you're great.
That's the worst thing that's happened all day.
I'm sorry. Sanity roll.
Sanity roll for having
Fail.
No, you're still number one.
Yes.
In my heart.
But look, this place, there's something wrong going on here. Look, I'll follow you. Miss Peeps, I think you're the only one who's got your head switched on right now.
Yes,
which
I'm loving this.
Christ.
Not what I thought I was going to be saying at the beginning of the day.
Let's go then.
So you head out of the pub. You're setting it on fire, are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you set it going and the spirits all across the floor where you've spilt it all. It starts burning away. There's a lot of wood in a Victorian pub, as you can imagine. So that's all going nicely. You hear the smash of glass as it overheats. The curtains are catching, and you look back, and it's just this inferno. It's you feel somehow excited by it. It's actually quite beautiful. Part of you wants to get inside it and watch it from within, but you know you shouldn't do that. So you go out into the fog, and within seconds you can't see your hand in front of your face, but you can see these shadows moving in the fog, tall shadows moving around, and occasionally you hear the shuffling of feet and the muttering, sort of muttering people, muttering all over the place. Have you seen the other side? Have you seen the other side? But you get to the drain cover. Is that where you're going?
Mm-hmm. That's where I'm going.
So
sweet.
You climb inside. You look really thrilled about it.
Seems like the best option.
Come on, Shirky. You know where we're going. You lead the charge.
You first, Mr. Houses.
Okay. Oh, God.
Now you are feeling quite nervous, aren't you, going down these ladders? Maybe not concentrating too much on the ladders. So let's have a dex roll.
That is a 76 on a 75. I think I'd be remiss not to spend my 65 luck.
Wow, just 1 point of luck.
Fair
To just about succeed that, yeah.
So you feel like you're going to slip, and you just focus on the ladder. You think, just worry about the ladder. Just get down this ladder. So you descend, and eventually you end up back in front of those iron bars. And there is indeed a mutilated figure here, really horribly dismembered, disemboweled, and carved. Flesh is carved with these symbols. You're probably fine with this, I would have thought.
I think he's seen.
You've seen
I
worse.
think he's done worse.
Yeah.
To the strangler.
Yeah.
What about you two?
Probably not.
I think I've seen a dead body, but I don't think I've seen one like horrifically mangled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have sanity rolls.
Yeah.
for you
Oh,
two.
good.
Seems fair.
Now's the time.
36.
Oh, I passed. 34.
Oh wow. That's amazing. You still lose 1 point of sanity.
Oh, I'm 1 point away.
Oh God.
I guess we have just seen a guy blow his brains out, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're more used to it.
yeah.
Watched you eat a guy.
Yeah.
You literally ate a guy to death.
I did eat a guy today.
really
It all
did.
ran his mouth still.
He was already covered head to toe in blood, so it's hard to know.
Yeah,
Whose
whose
blood
blood,
is
whose
who?
blood is which?
Yeah.
Yes, you're at this. The bars look too narrow to squeeze through. What do you do?
How old and rusty do they look?
Well, they look really old and really rusty.
I think Billy's gonna head over and just give him a go.
Yeah, give me a strength roll. I'd need a hard success.
Hard success. I'd be looking for a 35, and that's a 21.
Oh wow! So you give him a shake, and one of the bars just comes away, and you realise, you can probably get through now.
I think I'll give it a few tentative swings
Okay.
and see if I enjoy the weight of it.
Oh yeah, it's heavy.
Mm.
It's heavy. You do some damage with that.
Oh, okay. Okay, right. Well, look, if bars were in our way before, do you have the map?
Yes, I do. It's right here. We are currently. Give me a second. Come down over there, and it's I think it's this way.
You think it's this
No,
way?
hang on, wait. Oh, yes, it's this way. Yes.
Excellent. Ernest?
There's only one way that goes.
It's a straight-
It's a straight line.
So you begin pushing your way through this ankle-deep sewage water. It stinks down here. It reeks, and you're sort of splashing through it. You have to be sort of like, you can just about stand two abreast, but it's easier to walk single file. And it's pitch dark. Do you have a light source with you?
Nope.
I don't believe I do.
I like the dark.
Oh God.
Maybe some matches or something,
Yeah.
right?
Could we
I've-
potentially
You just set the
light
place
a
on
little? You've got
fire.
some booze in your pockets. Could we not make a sort of rudimentary torch with soaked rags?
Oh, fantastic idea, Ernest, and tear a bit of the lining out of my jacket and wrap it around the end of this bar, douse it in some of this high-proof gin, and light it with a match.
And you send all the shadows flickering and dancing ahead of you as you push further into this pitch dark tunnel that's damp and dark and fetid. You have to walk for a while. Can you all give me spot hidden rolls?
Oh.
I don't want to spot what's hidden.
It's a success, a regular success for me.
Hard success, 10 over 50.
Don't worry, guys. Fail from this.
Well done.
I'm not looking.
You're not
I'm
going to
just
go
looking at
cray.
the map like this.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
That works.
I got a 42, and my spot hidden is 43, so I just see.
And you two succeeded.
Yeah, an extreme success, sorry.
Yeah, you suddenly see a flash of something ahead of you, where there's a T junction in the sewage system, and you see this flash of yellow ahead of you, and it's gone.
Who's there?
What was the name he didn't like?
Asta.
Asta.
As you say that, you hear it echo back up the Asta.
See, I told you someone else was down here earlier.
I believe you.
Do you keep going? What do you do?
Yeah, I think
Which way? Which way?
It's this way. I'm pretty sure it's that. Phyllis always says I'm not very good with maps or directions or anything. It's really not numbers focused. But yes, it's this way.
You head down the tunnel, and just as you do, you hear splashing way behind you, echoing up the tunnel. Footsteps. Who's at the back?
Probably me. I'm the most scared.
I'm using a map, so.
You are aware that someone is pursuing you.
Someone's trying to get us. Someone's trying to get us.
Oh God, this is the kind of pressure that I don't really need for reading the map because it's really difficult for me to
Who's
work
got the gun?
out. Okay,
Who's got the
I've got the gun, but I'm also doing the map.
No,
Does
don't
somebody
give
want
him
to-
the gun.
I'm very good with guns. I'm very good with guns. Give me the gun.
Do you know how to
No.
shoot a gun?
I do.
I know the principle.
I do.
Give it to Billy.
Okay, I'll give
I'm
it
trained with the gun.
to houses.
You hear a bang, and there's a flash of light from down the tunnel, and the ping as the bullet ricochets off the ceiling of the tunnel. In the flash, you can give me a spot hidden if you wish to see if you can see who's shooting at you.
And that's a 99, which is I don't know whether that's a fumble because I've got 75 in spot hidden, but it would be 100, wouldn't it?
It would be 100 for a fumble, yeah.
So it's just a fail, but I could maybe spend the luck,
How much
push
luck
it.
would you have to spend?
or I could push it.
I think push is.
Yeah,
What's
I'll
your
push it.
spot? What's your
Push
spot hidden?
75.
Oh yeah, push it.
I'll push it.
There's no way this can go wrong.
Yeah, I'm really opening my eyes a lot.
Even wider.
I'm gonna get.
Asking for the torch to be held nearer to your eyes.
Hold your eyes open with the gun.
How would I push this? So it's in that motion, isn't it? That in the light of the gun. I'm gonna have tried to go towards the gun in doing that, and that's a 50. Hooray! Okay, great.
We've done it. So you see that it's two guys. One of them's like this, obviously with the gun. They're both wearing those masks with the dangly bits on the green masks.
Right. Well, now with my brand new gun, I'm going to shoot one of these men.
Okay, so you're shooting into the dark, I think, because the torch is at the other end of the group.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So this is with a penalty die.
Right. Okay. Cool. Okay. First one is a 56, which would be a success, and that'd be a 36, which also a success.
Wow. So you hit the guy.
Yeah.
In the dark, you hear this wet noise of a bullet entering flesh.
Yeah.
And you can roll for damage.
Fantastic. What's the damage on a handgun?
It'll be 1d6 damage on that pistol.
Okay.
That's service revolver.
That's a 2.
Oh yeah.
Bang, bang. Yeah, that hurts him. You hear a,
I think we need to move.
Yes. Let's run.
you're running now.
I can't read this
yeah,
map.
We're all
at
sprinting
this
down the tunnel, I
speed.
think.
Sprinting down the tunnel away
Running.
from these guys.
Exciting. Oh, let's have a little mini chase. Everyone give me a constitution roll.
Oh my goodness.
God.
No, I've got a better idea. This will be more streamlined. Let's have Dex, don't look at me with those eyes.
I'm just like, I just hope I get to keep my roll because I passed.
Let's have Dex rolls instead.
I got 66 on a 75. So I passed.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not great. No, that's a 90.
Oh, the 90.
I've got 40 under 60.
Perfect.
So it's a pass.
Okay.
I rolled 17 under 25. So it's a pass.
So you're all running except for
Florrie Peeps.
Florrie Peeps.
You wouldn't shoot a woman, would you?
Yes!
Oh, these bad boys.
It's always worth asking.
You just a check.
At least
I'm a woman, by the way.
So am I. Bang, bang.
A woman made of guns.
And fish.
The combo, half woman, half fish, half gun.
Day gun. So yeah, you take a tumble and you fall in the water. You get a mouthful of
Shit.
Victorian shit.
Oh, the worst kind. This shit is repressed.
But yes, the rest of you keep running. So you've fallen to the back of the group now, but you're back on your feet.
Okay.
Do we hear this? Do we hear peeps go down?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Oh, I hit the floor like the proverbial sack of shit.
Victorian
Of
shit.
Victorian shit.
Next thing you know, Peepsy got low.
Peepsy got low.
I think I want to stick the flaming torch into the shit to extinguish it and turn back and charge past her. Submerge us into darkness and charge at these two people.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Oh God.
So
These
yeah.
peeps!
God, killed us all.
So yeah.
Don't be a hero, Billy.
So yeah, you plunge yourselves into dark. Well, you plunge everyone into darkness, pitch darkness, and you start running.
Run down towards them, screaming.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
I think I would have gone back to try and help Miss Peeps.
Oh, very good.
But obviously now that rescue effort has been foiled somewhat by the
Marco!
encroaching darkness. Polo!
Marco!
Polo!
Marco!
Polo!
I'm just holding the gun, but terrified to shoot because I don't know where anything is. But I'm holding it in the same general direction.
It's quite good in a way because now they can't see us as well. So,
Yeah.
or can they?
the magic cloth. They might be able to see us.
It's just guys with guns. Bad guys with bad guns. They can't see us.
Okay. So you're
Well, that's the decision you've taken.
you're running blind into this.
Running forwards, brandishing the bar. Like, I think from... just kind of guessing where they are. Heading in that direction.
This sounds like a luck roll.
Ooh. I'm not super lucky, but we'll try it. 40. 82.
Oh dear. So you
Oh, no, that's not 82. That's 2. That's just
Oh.
regular 2.
Oh, it
my
did look
God.
like an 8, didn't it?
It did look like an 8. It's a 2.
even better. So an extreme success.
Extreme success.
I think you connect with one of them right in the face, probably.
With the bar.
Yeah. In fact, with an extreme success, I'm going to say you don't even need to make a fighting brawl roll. I think you can just roll the damage. I suppose you want to know what the damage is on a metal pipe.
The admin fun bit.
It's 1d8 plus your damage bonus.
How is a pipe better than a gun?
Oh, what would you rather be hit with? Bullets or a pipe?
That's a good point.
Yeah, exactly. So I swing my pipe with my big strong arm and 5 damage in total. It's a 2 and a 3.
So you've done 5 damage in total.
Yeah, 5.
And he's already taken a wound. I think it's probably the same guy.
Oh, I was so lucky.
Yeah, wait,
So
you were
lucky.
really lucky. So I think that's fair. So he's not very well. He goes down. You hear him fall into the water.
Oh no.
The shitty water.
Collar will get him.
In his pipe wound.
Oh, and he falls unconscious. So he's probably
Yeah, Victorian drowning.
he's
We're
probably
gonna
drowning in shit.
Ace.
We're gonna win.
But the other guy's gonna take a. I mean, it was that guy who had the gun. So this guy's gonna take a swing at you. But you obviously can't see what he's holding, and he can't really see you. So he's gonna get a penalty die on this. Well, you're lucky he got the penalty die, because that is a very narrow miss. You hear the blade whistle past your ear.
That sounds like a blade.
Does anyone else want to do anything in this frantic few seconds?
I'm trying to find Miss Peeps.
You're trying to be found. I think if you're calling to each other, you probably do.
Okay, well, I'm just going to help her up, and then I think we should start trying to make our way in the other direction from where we hear the fighting.
Yes. Let's run.
Let's go. Well, probably not run because it's dark.
Let's stagger.
Let's carefully go.
I'm going to walk towards the situation with my gun and see if I can hear unfriendly voices that I can shoot.
Oh, you can hear unfriendly voices. Actually, no, that's not true. You hear very friendly voices. a friendly voice in your ear that says, just next to you. It's your old dog, Watson.
Watson? Watson, where are you? Watson, where are you? Watson! Watson! I'm going to go in the direction where that barking could be coming from.
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from over there. And so you start wandering towards where you think the dog is. You can hear him just start shouting, Watson.
Shirky! Shirky, snap out of it!
Well, it's just my dog.
Shirky, just come to me!
He ran away.
Shirky, please! While doing this, trying to swing my pipe at the other guy who's just trying to stab me, if possible.
Yeah, let's have a fighting brawl with a penalty die, I guess.
Okay, so looking for a 60. That was a 62, or a 92. Oh, a 92.
So yeah, not too great. And
swinging wild.
And he's probably trying to swing back at you. But he's not. He can't find you in the dark either.
We're like 20 feet away from each other. Just
He's stabbing the
around.
wall.
I'm hitting a wall as well.
And he's gonna have another pop. Okay. Yeah, no, he's not gonna hit you anytime soon. But you can fight back if you want.
Yeah, I will try.
As you hear him sort of like panting and grunting.
49 or a. Oh, I should have kept the first one. Or a 69, the sex number. I will spend 9 points of luck to connect with.
Great.
Get him.
Clonk.
Going down to 31. Can I clonk him? Clonk him with my big heavy stick. That's 10 damage.
Whoa.
Oh.
8 and a 2.
So you connect with him. Do you want to describe how exactly this puts an end to this man?
Oh, yeah, I think it just completely in the side of the neck, absolutely just shattering his spine. And he kind of slumps down and has the consciousness as he just regrets all of his life choices as his face slowly submerges into the mud and just cannot move whatsoever.
Yeah, and he's dead.
And just hears someone shouting, "You bleeding bastards! Get away from us!"
You hear that, and also, ruff, ruff, ruff.
Can you hear Watson?
You stupid bastards! I'm wailing on the boy.
Oh! Are you killing Watson? No, not again. Not again. I won't see Watson die again. No.
Shirky, snap out of it. I go in the direction of Shirky. Shirky, you're going mad. You're going mad, Shirky.
You just killed Watson.
I don't know what his name was, but I definitely killed him.
Let's have a firearms roll. I think because you're at close range,
We're just like
we're just leaving.
Because you're at close range, it cancels out the
penalty die.
Oh my god.
That's a success. 52.
Ooh. Ow! My body.
1d6. 5 points of damage. That's much more.
I've got 13 hit points.
Okay, so not a major wound, but it bloody hurts.
Not very chill.
Blue on blue.
Shirky, you bastard!
You killed my dog.
I'll kill you!
Smash!
I'm going to try and grapple him, not hit him with the murder pipe.
Fantastic. While you're thrashing around in the sewers, the two of you have carried on.
Attempting to leave.
I think probably, if you just keep going, right?
Just keep
you get there.
one hand on the wall. Just follow the wall.
Yeah. And you guys are grappling. I think you could, if you wanted to, do a reality check to see if this is some sort of delusion.
I think that'd be good. What am I rolling that on?
I believe unless I'm very much mistaken, it's simply a sanity roll. Let's just double check.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, thank
Also,
God.
was your sanity again? It was really high, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's very high, 19 right now.
Wow, you got this, King.
Here we go. That's 72.
On failing a reality check, you lose 1 sanity point and have a bout of madness.
Oh, God. He was trying to do that to not have a bout of madness. Yeah, he was already having.
I don't think we're making it out of the sewer, boys.
You feel yourself hyperventilating with rage that this man has killed your dog, and suddenly you can't breathe too well, and you fall unconscious. And he just goes limp in your arms.
Oh, Shirky.
What do you want to do with him?
I keep him out of the poop, and I take the gun off of him. Ow! Nursing, where did you shoot me?
Yeah, wherever you want.
Ow! Somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Oof, feels bad. Pull him along in the other hand, the gun's in my pocket. Oh, Shirky, you dirty dog.
How could you say that to me?
Babes! Ernest, are you there?
We're here.
Mr. Bucket, we're here. Just follow the sound of our voices.
Go along the wall.
Go along the wall.
That's what Mr. Stickler's been
in
doing.
this direction, just in a straight line. Don't deviate from the straight line. Keep one hand on the wall at all times. Just keep moving down the tunnel.
Use the Stickler method.
One hand on the wall. Yes, the patented Stickler method.
Stickler
of
method.
movement.
Oh, I heard all about it.
Just keep doing it, and you
It's a
won't be
stickler
stuck.
for
If you use the Stickler, you won't get stuck. That's what we say. Just keep moving in a straight line down the wall. Thank you.
And so eventually, you do all manage to find your way, bloodied and bruised, to a doorway set into the wall. It goes up a couple of steps, and there's this door, which seems to be unlocked, and it leads into a very damp sort of basement room. Wet stones, and a ladder at the far end.
Is there anything else in the basement room?
No. Although, you could all give me power rolls.
And myself.
Not you, because you're unconscious still.
Power's 50.
Okay, I could wake you up for the power roll
Yeah.
if you.
Come on!
if you
25!
want
I love rolling on 25s.
I got a success. I rolled 35, and my power's 50.
Success, because I got big power. I rolled 76 under my 90.
Nice.
75 against my 40 power.
Oh dear. It just seems like some crappy basement room to you.
Oh, crappy basement. Where's the good basements?
But you two get a weird feeling, like deja vu. Like you feel like you've been here before.
I feel like I've been here before.
I feel like I've been here before. How strange. Because I definitely haven't been here before.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I remember most of the places I've been. I've been to Bognor Regis. I've been to Lyme Regis. I've been to Tunbridge Wells.
Yes, very good, Stickler. Let's keep moving.
Oh, I failed my sanity roll.
He's still just listing places.
Yeah.
I go indefinitely insane.
I've been to Basildon. I've been to Basingstoke. I've been to Stoke-on-Trent.
Yes, what do you want to do? You're probably coming round.
Well, there's a ladder, isn't there?
There
now,
is.
So I guess we
Where would you like to go on the railroad?
We go, yeah. I guess
Forwards?
we go up on these two. It's almost like tracks, but they've gone up like that.
And there's a big sign with a picture of Tommy
Yes.
Gallen's face saying,
Yeah.
"Go up here, please,
You
or
wanna
I'll
just-
kill
should we
you."
just have a look on the map, shall we? Oh,
Yes.
yes, it's circled and there's an arrow
Yes,
pointing
yes.
to it. Oh, yes, let's
And
go
the
up.
keeper's checking his
Shall we?
watch again.
We'll get on the ladder, shall we?
Fantastic. There's a trapdoor, and it opens out into a corridor. A long, narrow corridor going in both directions, with these tall, barred windows on either side. And the floor is sort of very, it's all white white tiled floors, as far as the eye can see. It's quiet up here.
White tiled floors. No. So it's just a long corridor.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? Can we see an end to the corridor? Is there like a turn?
Yeah.
Or
It turns at both ends. There are doors on the left as well.
Okay. Any little signs hanging from the ceiling that say
Fire
things
exit.
that we might see?
Well, as the first door you come to says Ward Office 2.
Where are we?
I think we're in a sanatorium. Okay.
This is the one thing we didn't want to happen.
It's the twist that we've all been waiting
Oh,
for.
I hate this.
The ward office, they might have some interesting papers for me to riffle through, so I'm going to head straight in there, thank you.
Okay. So you go in, and yeah, it looks like it hasn't been touched in a good while, but there are lots of documents and drawers. There's a big desk with books stacked up on it.
War books. I'll have a little rummage through those, please.
This sounds like an accountancy role.
Guess what, guys? I've got 100 in accounting.
If you roll 100, I will die.
So good.
I didn't. I rolled 85. So on my 100 accounting skill, that is a regular success.
Fantastic.
Don't do too well at that accountancy now. Don't show off.
Oh, save some for later.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Flicking through, it looks like, yes, this is some sort of like small, very small house for looking after people who are, mentally unwell. Obviously, it has some sort of, insensitive Victorian name like the
loony bin.
The loony bin.
It'd be called something like Mrs. Crabapple's
Yeah.
turnip bed for the criminally
Soft brain.
unwell.
Soft brain. Perfect. Love that.
With your success, yes, you find that this institution, it's obviously a very small sort of sanatorium, an asylum for the insane. It's running out of money, or it was. It looks like they haven't kept records for a good couple of years.
Oh, terrible.
And it was definitely going broke, so you're guessing it's completely abandoned now.
You decide to burn it down.
This is unbelievable. This is an affront to nature. These books are terrible.
I think we should be looking for the diamond.
Well,
Don't you,
I've-
Mr.
well, I-
Stickler?
I found a true horror right here.
Come on, Ernest. I think we should be looking for a way out of here, or if Miss Peep says we need to find that diamond, just anything that gets us out of this building.
Yes, but what about the diamond do you think is going to make it be in this specific place? This sanatorium? Why have we been led here?
And then you turn a page and you see an envelope, and it just says, "The sign of the four."
Sign of the four? Oh. I'll take the envelope and I'm going to open it.
Okay. You open it, and it appears to be a list of names. Just lots of names, most of them crossed out.
Is my name on there?
Yes.
Okay, well, is Miss Pepys' name on there?
Yes.
Is Mr. House's name on there?
Yes.
Is Mr. Bucket's name on there?
Yes.
Fuck. Well, everyone, all of our names are on this list, which I found in an envelope marked the sign of the four. You said something about a four being used to seal the thing. A lot of these names are crossed out. Any other names I recognise that are crossed out?
No.
No. Any other names that are uncrossed through that aren't our names?
No.
We appear to be the only remaining people on the sign of the four list.
What does that mean?
I think a lot of other consulting detectives have died.
No wonder they hired the pet detective for this mission. No one else was available.
Or can I... Are there other books in this ward office? Is there a patient manifest?
Yes.
Can I read that, please?
Yes. So you flick through that. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for my name.
Okay. Give me a sanity roll.
Wonderful. Good. 61 under 41.
Oh dear. Ooh, you lose 3 sanity points.
Okay, well that has sent me indefinitely insane.
Oh my god.
You're flicking through this. and
Fortunately, I've come to the right place.
you turn the page looking for your name out of some sort of morbid, curiosity, and the next page you turn, which alphabetically should have your name on it, you can't read it. It's too confusing to look at. You just can't bear to look at it. All you can see is this yellow sign glaring back at you. And who's your significant person?
My significant person would probably be Phyllis, my wife, or my children, my daughter Audit and my son Ledger.
Yeah, the door opens and Phyllis comes in. She goes, "Oh, there you are. Audit and Ledger need to come in. It's nearly time for dinner. Could you go and find them, please? I think they're in cell 6."
Cell 6, okay. No worries, Phyllis, I'll be along shortly with the kids.
Well, don't be too long.
I'll just walk out of the room.
So you guys hear Ernest Stickler just say, "No worries, Phyllis, I'll go and get the kids," and walks out of the room.
What does he do with the ledger, the patient manifest?
What do you do with the ledger?
I assume I'm just still holding it. I've
Yeah.
just absent-mindedly folded it and I'll have it under my arm and I'll just walk out.
Okay.
I presume I'm no longer angry about the dog situation.
No, you don't remember anything about the dog.
Okay, great, good. Oh, well, should we go and follow him? It seems like he's gone a bit mad.
Yeah, okay, come on. Come on, Shirky.
Oh, what happened to you there?
Look, go grab Ernest.
Ernest!
Audit, Ledger, it's time to come in. It's time to come in. Dinner's ready. We're having mashed potato.
He's gone insane.
Audit, Ledger, it's time to come in. We're having
Stickler, your
mashed
children aren't
potato.
here. I'm just kind of folling along behind him, trying to get his attention.
Chelsea, well.
Are they
just look
only
myself.
serving mashed potato? That's truly insane. Just a big plate of mash.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if his kid's favourite food was just mashed potatoes, based on how interesting their life seems to be.
My favourite food is mashed potato. It's the only food I like. Other foods are too flavourful.
So you're all following him?
Yeah.
And you're heading to cell 6.
Oh, yeah.
So as you push open the door to cell 6, it's very dark inside, and you hear this whispering in the corner.
Audit, Ledger, is that you? Are you hiding?
You hear some giggling,
Come out now. Don't be silly. It's dinner time.
and then this figure stands up, and you all see this as well as you're coming behind him. This figure that was hunched over in the corner stands up and turns and looks at you all. You realise it's the man you saw in the street, in the rags.
Oh, mister, we need your help.
It's too late. I know what you're here for. You're here to try and stop the glorious coming of the king. It's too late. It's too late. I know. I spoke to Mr. Wild. Mr. Wild told me. He told me that the king is coming, and there'll be a new king of America. Yes, yes, yes. And you're going to try and stop it. But you can't. You can't. You're too late. The seals have already almost broken.
And he holds out this huge yellow diamond that's sort of glittering and golden. And as you see it, you see through it, you see this incredible city, strange city, and this lake with this yellow fog rolling off of it. And it's like you're there, and you can feel the air on your skin, and you feel wonderful, and you feel free. And then you hear Edwin say, "And then what happened?"
Where is he? Can we see him or just hear him?
He feels like he's behind you. Hello?
And
Did you hear my question? I asked, then what happened?
I try and grab the diamond.
Okay. So you you grab the diamond.
I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I want that diamond.
Okay. Yeah. You're doing the same?
I wanna grab it with you.
Okay.
have I snapped out of my...
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
You're in a new and disturbing place.
Yeah, I don't think Audit and Ledger are here at all.
I don't think you have children.
I have children. I absolutely have children. I'm going to... I think I might answer the question.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then what happened? Well, and then we would try and grab the diamond.
Mm-hmm. And when you grabbed the diamond, what happened then?
Well, we all cut our hands.
I see. And are you cutting your hands?
Yeah. That's what the vision
Yeah.
said. We've got to do it. Do you want to cut your hands?
Old Billy Buckets doesn't enjoy this moment at all.
Billy was reticent to cut his hands, of course, but...
And that's why you cut his for him.
Yeah.
No!
I'm gonna
Stay
cut
back,
Billy's
Clarice!
hand.
What do you do about that?
What you're doing, you're attacking my hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess to try and defend myself. Honest!
Is there like a bit of glass on the floor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll scoop up a bit of
100%.
glass as I go and I'm just slashing.
I think I'm just trying to...
Until I've done mine.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm just...
I just let
Until
mine happen as I'm reaching
Yeah,
for
I just
the...
walk past and do it.
God.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
So then as you're defending yourself, I'm just going to be doing this. Just hoping to get your hand.
And then once his hand was cut, I grabbed it.
Oh. And Mr. Bucket was too weak to resist. Is that what you're saying?
I don't... He didn't fight back.
You didn't fight back?
He didn't want to hurt them. And... yeah, they slashed his hands and dragged him over, forearms covered in blood, from where he tried to defend himself, and put his bleeding hand onto...
But you didn't want to hurt them?
No, he didn't want to hurt Ernest. He didn't want to hurt Shirky. And he trusted Miss Peeps.
But you did want to hurt Martin Packard on Lambeth Bridge on the 11th of February, because you strangled him to death, didn't you?
He had it
Didn't you,
coming.
Mr. Bucket? And you also strangled Norma Preston on Lambeth Bridge on the 15th of March. Isn't that right, Mr. Bucket?
No. Oh no. Oh no.
We thought it was a bit. We thought it was a bit, but it's him. He's the strangler.
I didn't want to hurt them. They made me do it.
So they were your friends, Mr. Bucket. Is that what you were?
Look, I never tried to hurt them. Just sometimes they got out of control.
Yes.
Sometimes I had to calm them down.
Yes, I understand, Mr. Bucket. I understand. I understand that you're a very calming presence on people.
I just like to make them calm.
Yes. And what about you, Mr. Houses? Did you touch the diamond then?
Yes.
Yes? And how did you feel?
I felt relieved. It was over.
Well, that's good. What was over, Mr. Houses?
The whole
ordeal, the man in the rags, the yellow.
And the guilt? The guilt was gone?
Guilt?
Of what you did?
What did I do?
Well, you began, as many do, with animals, and then you moved on to people.
No, I'm a great detective.
Yes, you've believed that for a long time, and it seems to excuse you having to deal with the reality of what you did in the name of detective science.
Yes, I had to solve the crimes.
Yes, I see. And do you think you solved the crimes, Mr. Houses?
Well, I did my best.
So you still hold on to this delusion even after we've confiscated your reading materials?
Please give them back.
I'm going to speak to the orderlies to see if we can find something other than the works of Arthur Conan Doyle, because I don't think they're a good influence on you, unfortunately. And Miss Pepys, how did you get involved in all of this?
Oh my God. I'm completely sane. You won't make me think I'm mad. You won't. You won't. Give me that diamond.
If you were completely sane, Miss Pepys, do you think Sir Robert would have had you committed here? You trust Sir Robert, don't you?
Sir Robert is my benefactor. I live with him. He did not have me committed to an insane asylum. He is my lover.
I see. Yes. Okay, well, I see we have some work to do there. Is this jealousy what drove you to arson, Miss Pepys?
Arson?
Oh, the king's head burned down.
That wasn't me. That was Billy.
Ah, yes. A convenient scapegoat at all times, isn't he, Mr. Bucket? One of the worst of you, but not as bad, perhaps, as Mr. Stickler. It took them a long time to catch you, didn't it, Mr. Stickler, because you're thorough.
Definitely a stickler for details, stickler by name, stickler by nature, that sort of thing.
Indeed. And you don't like chaos, do you, Mr. Stickler?
I like things to be neat and tidy at all times.
And what was it you said the other day? Sometimes a 1 needs to be a 0.
Yeah, I definitely believe that. Sometimes a 1 does need to be a 0, because otherwise all the books are messed up.
And we must keep the books in order, mustn't we?
Keeping the books in order, writing all the names in, is very important.
I see. Well, I'm disappointed we haven't made more progress. But, well, perhaps Nurse O'Dowd will be able to keep an eye on you all, and hopefully soon you'll be in a better place. Well, if you'll excuse me, and you hear him walk out the room just as you touch the diamond, and yeah, you're all in this other place, this beautiful city, and you start walking around through the streets. It's wonderful here. It looks like there's some sort of festival about to start, and everyone's wearing their masks, and you get handed yours, and you think, yes, you can start a new life here, a new life in this beautiful city of Carcosa. And a few months later, there's a knock at the door of one Sir Robert Reek, and a small man in a white suit is there, and he hands over a suitcase of personal effects, and he says, Sir Robert, these are from the house. They are of the late Miss Pepys. And he says, thank you. Oh, And did you acquire the... And the gentleman says, oh yes. And he takes from his inside jacket pocket a small yellow notebook. Medical case files for Dr. Edwin M. Lillibridge. Well, that was us going through the yellow sign of the 4. And a big thank you to our very special guest, Tom from Mystery Quest. Hey, if you want more cosmic horror roleplay, then I recommend you go and check out more of Tom on More of Mystery Quest over on Mystery Quest. That's right, where our very own Laurie and Sullivan will be the mystery guests on Mystery Quest. Very soon indeed. Sooner than you can handle.
You're gonna go mad.
You're gonna go crazy. Speaking of going crazy, Laurie, what's that crazy cool t-shirt you're wearing?
It's a t-shirt we had made for the Call of Cthulhu stuff. It's available on narrowsbar.com if you want to go get one, or follow the link in the video description down below.
But Laurie, I don't know what that's referring to.
It refers to the other Call of Cthulhu episode,
but how do I watch that, Laurie?
I don't know. Probably click a thing that's on screen.
Oh yeah, that's right. For more chaotic neutral content, you can just click one of these videos on screen. Let's watch it now. Did it work?